We are the XoneBros.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Look out, ladies, because we're back.
Hello.
That's right. We're back for another week of Xbox One and positive gaming goodness. Because this is your positive gaming and Xbox One community.
It's good to be here, actually.
Yes, it is.
I'm excited.
It has been a long week. A lot has happened this week, and I'm excited to talk games.
Yeah.
As always, I am joined by the bros, the XoneBros. This is podcast number 175, by the way. First and foremost, it's Mr. McSpicy, Mark Haywood. How you doing, Mark?
Hey. I'm doing good.
Good.
Doing real good.
Best thing that happened to you this week.
You want me to spoil it? Because it has to do with the game.
Oh, spoiler. Go ahead. Spoiler alert.
I beat the Lich King campaign.
Oh, yes.
On Hearthstone.
Very nice. How was it? So last week you said you thought it was the best expansion yet.
Oh, yeah.
Did it end up being that?
It was so awesome. It's a good game. It was so hard to do. Like, you got to understand, it's very difficult. I challenged myself, and I did it, and I feel proud of myself. It is very different. It is extremely difficult of a campaign. It's free, so anyone can do it and play it. But it's
whole campaign's free, right?
Yeah, the whole campaign's free. This is the first time they did that.
Yeah,
actually.
which is really nice.
Yeah, so
very nice.
It's I'm proud of myself. It took a lot of thought and a lot of time.
Foresight.
Yes. It's really good though. If you guys haven't checked out the new Hearthstone expansion, I'm telling you, it's a fun one.
Very nice.
They added a lot to do, like as far as the actual expansion and what they brought. They added new mechanics and stuff like that and cards that are really cool. It's a really good one.
Now, if they brought this to Xbox, would you play it more? Would you find that you would play it more because it's on your Xbox, or about the same and still play it on the computer?
I would do it on my Xbox just to get achievements.
Yeah,
because I'm sure it would come with achievements.
But the nice thing about that game is you can play it anywhere. It doesn't really matter, you know?
Yeah.
Because of the way it's set up.
You gotta, yeah. No, I know. It just makes sense that it would go to that beautiful, beautiful gaming machine.
Yeah.
But no, I would play it more just to get the achievements. But I don't know. I have it everywhere. I don't know. As long as the UI stays the same, I think.
I don't imagine they would change.
Well, they changed the UI for cell phones.
Oh, did they?
With tablets,
because of smaller screen.
With tablets, well, my phone, when I originally did that, I had it on what was it, the Note 4, and it had a 2550 by 1440 screen, which is what my computer has.
Sure.
But they had to change it, so I can't. I didn't like the change they did to the phones, just because my phone was considered a phone. I thought they didn't do a very good job on the UI.
Sure.
But a tablet would have the same UI, and so that kind of bugged me.
Oh, okay.
That a tablet has less of a screen, quote-unquote screen. Even though the screen's bigger, there's less pixels.
Yeah.
And so I was bummed when they did that to my phone. But what I'm saying is, as long as the Xbox has the same...
Well, you would. I don't...
Yeah.
Why would they change it?
Anyways, really good game. I love it.
Very nice. Next, he's Jordan the man, Jordan Paskett. Jordan, any big news this week? Anything happening in your life? I saw you on Witcher a couple times.
Yeah.
How is the Witcher journey going?
It's good.
It's good.
It's really good.
How
yeah.
good?
Yeah.
So good. Here, let me tell you what I did.
Okay. Okay, tell me.
I was
Angle this a little bit more.
Okay.
There you go.
So I was playing The Witcher.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
And I really like that game. I really think it's probably the best fantasy role-playing game out there. I think it's trumping Skyrim right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good.
It's a contender.
And that's saying something because Skyrim's fantastic. You know, it's really good.
Yeah.
So what I was doing is I got all the books, and I got them on audio because at work I can't sit down and read, so I just listen to them.
Yeah.
You know? And I like it when people read me stories.
Hey, I'm right there with you, man.
So what
Except
I did,
Will Wheaton.
Yeah. So what I did while playing Witcher side quest, I was actually listening to the book
of Witcher.
Yeah, it was a lot of Witcher.
How?
It was almost a Witcher overload.
And how was it?
It was good. The book's really interesting. I'm in the book where it's just like a bunch of different short stories right now.
Sure.
So not to the actual saga.
Yeah.
But it's good, and the game's fantastic.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of the side quests, leveling up, building my own armor, and then I am going to finish the expansion packs, Blood and Wine and Hearts of Stone.
What's your favorite expansion pack so far?
Blood and Wine.
Blood and Wine easily. No question.
Yeah, because you
didn't even hesitate on
the
that.
new land there is just super cool.
It's that good, huh?
Yeah, so I got to finish up the last. I'm on the last mission. I'm probably maybe 2 or 3 missions away because you can tell the Heart of Stone's expansion is starting to wrap up.
Yeah.
So I'm almost done there. I did woo the lady in that expansion.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
We went out onto the lake and just on a rowboat.
On a rowboat, you just
Right in the middle of-
whispered
yep.
sweet nothings into her ear.
Yep. I didn't even feel bad because Yennefer and Triss weren't even like around. They
She
just
was
left me.
married, and I didn't
So-
even feel bad because I'm Gerald.
Yeah, Geralt.
Geralt.
Yeah.
Gerald.
Yeah,
Gerald.
My name's Gerald.
Yeah, he just rode her out there, and
Gerald,
we had a good time.
the monster hunter.
No, I actually have been doing a lot of Witcher contracts. I think those are some of the best quests because it's a little bit of the detective work, and then you
Yeah.
just fight a giant monster.
Do you know what's cool about those missions too? Is they never feel the same, even though they are.
Yeah,
the same,
if you think about it, they really are all the same, but
they
they
always
do feel very
different.
And I think it's because of the different monster, and you're learning because he narrates as he's like
Yeah.
looking for clues, and he tells you about the different monster.
I better
Yeah,
check
yeah.
out these tracks.
Yeah.
It's how they should do grimoire cards.
His little.
It's how they should do grimoire cards in Destiny, like
Yeah.
through those types of missions that
Now-
educate you about stuff.
Very cool stuff. When I was reading, so I'm almost done with the first book, which is
Sure.
a bunch of short stories, and it's interesting to see some of the. I mean, it hasn't like heavily come into. I hear the saga, like some characters return from
Yeah.
the actual like story books, right? But it's cool, like talk about stuff, and then I kind of see it in the game, like
Yeah.
different monsters or whatever, if you will, and it's kind of cool. Like, oh, yeah, I know what that thing is.
I know what that thing is because I've read the book or listened to it rather.
Yeah.
I really like how your what is your bestiary? Is that what it's called?
Bestiary. Yeah.
with
The
your-
dictionary.
The
basically,
dictionary
yeah,
of monsters.
yeah.
Beastopedia.
I really like how
Beastopedia.
the Beastopedia. Every year they do a donation campaign.
Yeah,
try to stay free to the public.
yeah.
No, I really like
The
how
students in Witcher can't use them when they write a paper.
Yeah.
Can't cite the Beastopedia.
There is actually a school in The Witcher.
Oh, yeah.
There's the Witcher schools, but then there's the Oxford University.
there is. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where. Who is the bard? Oh, what's his name?
Dandelion?
Yeah, Dandelion. I couldn't remember his name. Yeah, Dandelion went there in the
Oh.
books. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't think about that part yet.
So sorry, Mark. I totally interrupted you. What do you like about the Bestiary?
Excuse me.
The Beastopedia.
The Beastopedia?
No, I really like how they don't just give it to you; you unlock them as you go, and
As you find it.
As you find it, and it keeps growing and growing and growing.
Yeah.
And I really like that. I don't know; it's just something stupid and small, but
Last but not least, I am X1,
Yeah.
a.k.a. David, and guess what has dropped, ladies and gentlemen? That's right. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba! Madden 18 is here.
Yeah.
And I have been playing it like it's 1999. I can't decide how I want to play this game because I want to do online ranked modes, obviously, but then how do I want to do online ranked? Do I want to do head-to-head where I use a team? Do I want to do
Ultimate Team, all the way.
Ultimate Team, or do I want to do draft
Ooh,
champions?
I changed my mind.
See,
Draft champions
which
all the
one
way.
do I want to do? Then do I want? There's a part of me that kind of wants to grind out for cards and teams.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I've been at. I've been grinding out for gold cards so far. Really fun game. I'll talk about it a little bit later, but
Oh.
I'm super excited that it's finally here. Guess what? Yes.
Sorry, before you move on, Chad asked you one of the most important questions
Yo.
I've ever heard in my life.
Oh.
Yennefer or Triss?
Can I have them both?
you cannot actually.
Oh.
You can, but it makes it very bad.
Yeah,
It's-
there's
it's-
something that I looked it
it's a
up because I
very-
wanted to know the different
It's
endings.
bad if you choose both.
It's an
like
awkward,
real life.
It's an awkward situation.
Yes.
Think of it like if
Okay,
you.
Spicy, who did you pick?
There, after reading the book, well, before I read the books, I was 100% Yennefer,
Sure.
no question, because I like my ladies to, play hard to get. I like the challenge. I like the hunt, if you will.
Sure.
And like Ferris Bueller says, you can't respect someone who just goes at you, and you can't respect someone you don't love. And Triss is always just like. She's always like, "Oh, can I sleep with you? Can I make you breakfast? Can I blah blah blah?" I hate that. No, let me work at it. After reading the books, Triss is even more of a weirdo.
Oh, really?
Really?
Why?
Yeah, well, because she.
Well, don't say too much because I'm working my way through them.
I mean, she's a cool character.
Yeah.
But she knew exactly what she was doing when she cheated with. I'm just saying.
Well,
saying.
based on this fan art, I'm Triss all the way. Yeah.
'cause she's
You
a
gotta
fighter in it.
respect the
No,
fans, man.
so-
Yeah.
No.
Whoa.
You
Triss-
gotta respect the
Although
fans.
Yennefer has got some assets.
No, because Triss, you read the books and tell me. Read the books and tell me how you can go for Triss. It's not possible.
Okay.
It's not possible because I don't know. She knew what she was doing when she
did some things.
when she did some things, and I can't respect her for it. And Yennefer is a extremely powerful sorceress,
That's why I've
more
got
powerful than
Hey.
Triss.
See, that's why I've got to go for Triss because
Something-
I don't need that. I don't need that looming over my head the rest of my life. Take out the trash. Next thing you know, my foot has been turned into a wood leg or something. You know, certain body parts are missing all of a sudden.
Hey,
because
I
of this
did-
powerful sorceress.
I did-
I don't need that in my life.
But
Don't
see,
put that on me.
the little-
I will take crazy any day over the threat.
If you were a normal person,
death.
I get that. But Geralt has his little wolf medallion
This
that
is true.
prevents that.
This is true.
He's like immune to sorcerers. That's right, sorceresses. That's why they're attracted to witchers. It's because they have no idea what kind of
what they're
what's
getting.
under the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I am excited to get further in the books because something was spoiled when I was like watching lore videos and stuff to kind
Uh-huh.
of catch up on some stuff. I guess there's like this dude
Yo,
who's pretty powerful, and they were saying like Yennefer and Triss combined are not powerful enough to take him out.
Oh yeah, Geralt fights him
yeah,
several times.
yeah. I hear like the crew gets together and fights him, and he just is like, all right.
dude. It's
I
like,
forget what the name
like
was,
watching-
but
it's
they
like
say
watch-
he's an they say he's an
yeah,
awesome bad
he's
guy.
He's a main bad guy. It's like watching a show. What was that show? 24. You know how everyone dies.
yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like that. Everyone dies in those books. Okay. Spoiler.
spoiler. All right, let's get this show on the road.
Oh man. Did you press the button? Oh, there it is.
There it is.
You gotta press the button as you say it.
This is the news segment of the show, brought to you by Patreon. If you want to support the show, if you want to grow positive gaming and get rid of the negativity and the fanboyism and the unrealistic journalism that exists out
Hate
there,
it.
the bias media,
How do I get
Well,
rid of it?
you can donate to this positive gaming movement
Ah.
over on Patreon, XoneBros.com, and hit the Patreon button, or go to patreon.com/positive gaming and take the negativity out of gaming. Thank you, everybody who does support us. Also, when you support us, you are automatically entered to win a video game every month.
Yeah.
This month's video games of your choice
which is we'll do
are
next
Forza
week, I
7,
believe.
Madden 18, and Golf Club 2. It's a little sporty
Sports month.
Sports month there.
In honor of the big fight.
The big fight tomorrow.
Yeah.
Speaking of the fight, McGregor, Mayweather. Mark, go.
I mean, McGregor is the funniest guy I've ever seen. Of course, I want him to win.
All right, Jordan.
I do think he's an underdog, but I
Sure.
think
I want McGregor to win.
Same with
Yeah.
me. I
like
actually
him.
put $100 down legit at Vegas
Yeah.
on McGregor. It's 4-1 odds actually when I put it down. So if I win,
hasn't it been
400
changing
bucks.
quite a bit?
It went from 8 to 4. Well, it went from 8 to 3 and then back up to 4 today.
Okay.
So there you go.
All
And
right.
Anywhere in between.
How do the odds? Is there just a guy that's like, nah, 8?
Oh, they like super. I mean, it's algorithms and
Oh, okay.
statistics and.
No, I like the idea of that one guy that's like,
Yeah, I think it's the fat
Earl?
guy. It's the Earl, the
Earl the accountant.
on a lazy boy.
It's like the
watching TV.
groundhog. They just go into his room and is like, what do you think today?
And then also you got to realize with
Come on, he saw
and then
Shadow.
also what affects the odds too is like how many people are betting each way.
Oh, okay.
Too, like,
So it really is just like a equation, basically, an algorithm.
yeah. McGregor. Next podcast, we'll all know whether or not I lost $100 or not. So there you go. And Jordan, with that, what is happening in the world that is Xbox One this week?
A lot. And actually, I'm doing something a little different. I'm starting with the deals.
Yes, deals.
So the
deals
deals
and the steals
are available right now for 3 more days, 7 hours, 23 minutes, and 40 seconds.
Yes, I purchased
They're good
something
deals.
this week
You did?
because
Is
it's
it-
the Bethesda sale
Is-
as well was this week.
Is it something we already have?
And I got Wolfenstein: The Old Blood. For
Oh, that's
$14.99.
right. Yeah, that's right.
It's
And that's the
$14.99.
expansion. Yeah.
I got it. It's there. We birded it.
What are you trying? I don't even know what. Oh,
we
okay.
bought it.
I don't even know what you're trying to say there.
There's actually some really good deals this week. First of all, you got Fable Fortune Founders Pack, 20% off.
Yes.
It is in-game preview, but, why not?
Why not? Go jump on it.
Fallout 4, big one.
Big.
33% off.
Boom,
Fallout
that's
4 is
that
a fun
Bethesda
game.
sale.
David made a really hilarious comment this week. It just cracked me up, and I thought about it randomly throughout the week.
What
I
did
said,
I say?
David, we were
Gamescom?
seeing which games were being enhanced, and I was like, oh, that'll be fun to play Fallout 4, and David was like, yeah, I can see crappy textures in 4K. Which Fallout 4 is not the prettiest game out there.
No,
but
it's super fun.
It's a fun
Not
one.
taking
It's a
anything away
fun
from
one,
that
yeah.
game, but I don't understand when they sit there enhancing it. Are they enhancing the textures? Because if not, I could just see crappy textures in 4K. Like that's really what. Same with Skyrim. If you're going to enhance Skyrim, enhance it.
Again, not the prettiest game, but it's a fun one.
Yes, it is.
And for all that fun, 33% off. So that's a good one. That's a good deal. Another one, Titanfall 2, and this is the deluxe edition.
Yes.
Let me get to the T's. I don't know where it's at. I can't find it.
Anyways, it's on sale.
Yeah, it's on. Oh, there it is. 50% off.
50%
I
off,
knew that.
or
That was a
you
big
can
one.
get it for $30 a year over at EA Access.
Yes, along with another more
a lot of other
plethora
games.
of games.
A plethora,
Yeah.
a huge amount.
huge amount.
Plethora.
Rainbow Six Siege, another great game that I think everybody should play just because it's a lot of fun. 50% off. That's a great deal. Now's a good time to
Yeah,
jump
it is.
into Rainbow Six.
for
Another
it.
big one that I really like, BioShock. Now, the story is good, and you may not get, if you're like me, you may not get some of it. You may have to, look into it a little bit deeper because it's a little confusing, but it's a good game. No, it really is. I bought the collection a while back, and I played through. I never played the first and second one, but I did play Infinite when it came out, and I played it on the computer. There was the story blew my mind.
Blew it right up.
Came out around the same time as The Last of Us, and I remember.
and I think that's the
debate
one
was,
Which
which is the
one
better?
blew your mind more?
the story.
Because
Yeah.
the ending is what does it. You're just like,
Whoa. What's the better mind?
it's like the
melt?
Sixth Sense, Like,
Yeah.
what?
What
That
just
ending.
that- wait,
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 what?
he was alive the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
BioShock, the collection, 50% off. I think those three games. I mean, there's a ton of other
M. Night
deals,
Shyamalan's
right?
best movie?
Sixth Sense.
Last Airbender.
Oh my gosh, you troll.
That's funny.
Yeah, you're funny, dude. Yeah.
Ayo.
Dude, I just got real pissed off for some reason. I don't know. I know you're joking.
Okay, sorry. Continue, Jordan.
Anyway, great deals this week. There's a ton of deals this week. Those are the three big ones, and I think those are great ones. So
Yeah,
be
amen.
sure to check it out.
Also, what was the movie was it Mark Wahlberg where like people were randomly killing themselves? It was a really cool story. It was M. Night
Oh, yeah,
Shyamalan.
and then
at the
the
end, it ends up the
trees-
trees are what does it, and it's like
it's like a huge.
like Al Gore wrote the script or something.
I think he did. Yeah.
Nature is killing everybody. Like, what the freak? It was like this was a good movie up until you told me the trees were killing us.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyways, moving on.
I don't know what I've
Yeah, no,
Shyamalan.
The Happening.
Top peak movies, and just the greatest collapse in history.
Well, I think he has like a really good idea because all of his movies, they start out like the first hour, you're blown away.
Yeah.
And then I think he just says,
Well, except
"Hey,
the Airbender.
well, that
Are
one
you
was
though?
stupid. Yeah, but with the
Are you-
exception of that,
I mean,
well, no,
they're-
The Happening. Really, you're thinking like, it's
What's going on?
crazy.
Even
and
the
you're
same
like,
with this,
yeah,
like,
and you're just blowing your
The
mind.
tree one, you're like, why
That's
is
The
everyone
Happening.
killing themselves? Is that the happening?
The Happening, yeah.
Why is everyone killing themselves? What's going on? Oh my goodness, what's happening?
Well, then, like you said, I think he was at like a dinner banquet with Al
Yeah, and he's
Gore,
like,
and
I
he was just like,
can't-
"Hey, how do you end
he's
this?"
Like,
He's
hey,
like,
I can't,
trees.
I can't figure out the ending here.
"It was originally the polar ice caps," and
and
he,
Al Gore's like, you know what would be a great ending?
Yeah.
If the trees were killed.
The trees were trying to
I
save
can't do
the
it.
world.
And he's like, that's genius.
Yeah.
Twist no one will see.
Yeah, no one saw that coming. I did. I definitely didn't see that coming.
I would like to see a new Airbender movie.
A proper Airbender.
Proper,
movie.
done right. Screw movies. I'm done with movies. Get me out of movies. I want an HBO miniseries of The Last Airbender.
Might be a lot of nudity. In
I
it.
don't care. You know what? I would I would accept that. To
But the
see
Nickelodeon
Airbender.
series is so good by itself.
It is good, but I want to see it live.
Oh,
I
so
really
like
wanna see
real
it
action,
live,
like
yeah.
live action.
Yeah.
Do
So,
you know what annoyed me?
But you've got to do miniseries now because movies are done. You just can't. You cannot get the in-depth story that you can with movies.
Well, because
with-
you don't
with
have enough
miniseries.
time.
Yeah, you just don't have the time, and it takes real talent to make a good movie, to get everything you need in there and make it effective.
As opposed to fake talent, like
oh, there's fake talent.
Oh yeah.
There's
in
some
movies
fakers.
though.
Oh
in
yeah.
movies, I don't know. I think movies. You can get bad plot. You can get bad actors. You can get bad a lot of stuff, with the exception of what's that vampire shows that you really like?
Twilight?
David? Twilight. With
Twilight.
the exception of those style that are like throw at the least amount of money to make the biggest amount of bang for your buck.
Sure.
I would say the sound quality, the cinematography, and the lighting in all these shows in movies in general that are in theaters are actually really good. I can go to a bad movie and just pay attention to that stuff and enjoy myself.
Yeah, but I don't want to pay for that though. I want. That's like saying I bought a $50 game to
I'm
enjoy
just saying
the
there's
graphics.
real talent. I'm saying your argument was there is fake talent. I'm saying there's real talent. Everyone gives credit to the actors and the writers for the most part, but behind the scenes, I think there's a lot more talent. The real talent is not those guys, in my opinion.
The real talent is the person that takes all of these pieces and brings them all together to make it every piece of that puzzle work. That's
The director is what
that's
you're
the
saying.
director, the producer, those guys. And I don't think that right now all of the real talent is all moving to miniseries, Netflix.
Yeah,
because you got
okay.
creative freedom.
Yeah.
You can take your time and tell your story.
Doesn't
You
have
can
to
do
be a
it right.
superhero movie,
Doesn't have to be a superhero movie to make money.
which is nothing wrong with that. But
Or
there's a
Christopher
lot of
Nolan.
superhero.
Like, honestly, I think Christopher Nolan and superhero movies are the only guys doing it correctly in movies today.
What did you just say? I was reading chat.
I think it's Christopher Nolan and superhero movies that do it right today.
Yeah.
Those are the only movies I'm interested in.
I'm just saying, if you accidentally find yourself in a bad movie,
Sure.
in a really bad movie, and you have nowhere to run,
The Airbender.
if you find
Yeah.
yourself,
So I'm
if
in The
I
Last
do-
Airbender.
you-
I
if you-
can appreciate the graphics that go into making that movie,
because you are
even-
already
but it
dead.
still pisses me off
You find yourself
that
surrounded.
you're already dead.
You're already dead. No, just pay attention to the stuff you wouldn't normally pay attention to, and it makes it far more
Can
enjoyable.
I tell you the one thing? Like, I can accept everything else in the Airbender movies except one thing.
One thing, go ahead.
On the
The
beach.
movie.
Yeah, when they go to the prison. You guys know earthbending. It's like
Yeah.
big, it's defensive. You know,
Yeah.
like they're moving earth.
Yeah,
You're,
they're
"Arr!"
they're-
yeah,
yeah,
they're big
yeah.
people, right? So they go to the prison in this movie,
Yeah.
right? You know, we know the prison episode. It's on a beach this time, which okay, you know, creative differences. I don't care about that. They're breaking away from the firebenders. You got about 7 earthbenders in unison doing their little thingy, their jig,
Yeah.
to get the earth moving. One rock, not even a big rock, just comes floating and hits some guy. That's not earthbending. That bothers me a lot. I'll show you guys the video. You almost laugh at it. It bothers me. The firebending also bothers me too, but that's a different story.
Basically, it's a bad movie.
It's a bad movie.
And this is your fault, David, for bringing that up. I know you were trolling, but now you've pissed us off for the rest of the show.
All right, that's the show, everybody. Moving on. Next news story, Jordan.
Killing Floor 2 now available for pre-order, along with White Noise 2. Also, Dream Break is now available for pre-order, and The Coma.
The
recut.
artwork for White Noise, that monster's teeth is actually really white. He must take really good care of his teeth.
that
Or he's got a great dentist.
3D white or
Yeah.
pressed
Wow.
white strips.
Interesting. So Dream Break is now available, right?
Yep. Along with, no, not now available. Now up for pre-order.
Digital pre-order. Now available.
Coma up for pre-order as well. Super Combo Man Smash Edition is now available for Xbox One. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Episode 3 is out now. Looks pretty cool. Pure Farming. This is going to be an interesting one for David and me.
Yes.
We should try this one out. Pure Farming. This one got my attention.
So I'm
Pure Farming 2018 now.
So is
for
this a
pre-order.
simulator game?
It's Pure Farming.
No, it is a simulator
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
There's-
I'm interested. I think Techland, are they the guys that did the last ones? I'm not sure. I think that all these farming simulators, I think they're all made by the same company. They just give them different names. I have to look into it, but because the artwork is the same, it looks the same, it's the same concept. Like, I think they're the same, but we'll go check it out. I mean, I don't know why I like that, but I like it.
There was a game you saw at Gamescom that you got excited for, and I got excited for.
Oh,
it
that's
too.
right, Jurassic Park Evolution.
Well, there was that, but the train simulator.
Oh, Train Simulator coming to Xbox One. That is a game I'm jumping on. Who doesn't like trains? Who doesn't like pretending that they're driving trains? And who doesn't like doing it with the immersive experience of the Xbox One X?
Remember when we were watching people stream Euro Truck?
Yeah.
Like, that was so great.
no, just imagine.
I actually
And
purchased
just-
that.
yeah, and
I'm
just
getting a
trains.
conductor's hat
And the whistle.
and a whistle. I'm going to stream that.
I wonder if you can, you know how you can get setups for Forza? I wonder if you can get a train setup.
Is it like a steam engine where you have to sit there and spin dials the whole time? Just twisting the nozzles?
Anyway, Pure Farming now available for digital pre-order.
Yes.
The Crew 2 that we saw at E3 now up for pre-order as well.
There you
Comes
go.
out a little bit later this year. Big one, I think, this one here.
Chromagun.
Chromagun now available for Xbox One.
Why do you think it's a big one?
I just think it looks fun. I mean, it's a big one in my mind.
Yeah.
The rest of the world probably doesn't care about it, but
no,
I think it looks
I
cool.
feel like it's kind of one of those like ID.
Yeah, it's
ID
just one of those.
shooters
It's
that
one of
will
those
come
hidden
out.
gems that you kind of find in there, and you're like, oh, this
Yeah.
one's good.
It
you know?
kind of reminds me of Portal.
Yeah, and look at the
it's a
screenshots and the
puzzle,
gameplay.
yeah.
And it's super. It looks fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
Any
This
game-
one,
any game like Portal.
I don't
wanna-
know why, but I saw the cover art and I thought of David, and I thought this was his game, Spartan, now available for Xbox One.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is- you know,
I wanted that like bobble. That
You know
like,
what
as a
that
little
you know what that
miniature-
character? Everybody go look at the artwork of Spartan. But what it looks like is the little. Remember the pillow wrestlers like from the '90s? that
Yeah.
you could buy?
Yeah.
That's what this guy looks like with a Spartan shield and a helmet.
He's just going to war.
So there you go. Looks like a good time. Masquerada Songs and Shadows is now available for the Xbox One as well as Absolute Drift
Zen Edition. Knock knock.
which actually Absolute Drift looks like a lot of fun. It's a top-down racer and it's all about drifting around corners. Like you have the little your little cars and you drift around the corners. It's got a lot of style. It's got a lot of personality. It looks like a ton of fun.
It does. Knock knock.
Looks
Is now
really
available
twisted.
for
How'd you like to
Xbox
wake up-
One.
How'd you like to wake up to that guy
Yeah.
staring at you in the face?
I don't know who that reminds me of, but that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Black Sea Odyssey is out.
Yes, it is.
Now available, which looks really cool. The next one, Surf World
Yeah.
Series,
So-
now available for pre-order.
I actually
Xbox
I
this
have
one?
it downloaded as a demo.
Yeah,
You
the
can
demo.
Play the demo. I have it downloaded. I've not yet played it, but I'm super excited. I've been watching videos on it. It looks like Kelly Slater's
Dude,
surfing, but with
$15.
better graphics. It looks really good.
Surfing.
Really good.
I don't know why,
Hopefully,
but Kelly Slate does. It was just fun, and for $15, I don't think you can beat it.
yeah. For $15, who cares if it sucks?
Yeah, at that point, I mean, when you're in that price range, you're in that. Yeah, all right, it sucked. $15.
All right, $15, whatever. I've had bad meals for $15.
It's true. Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, that one I'm really excited for, and I'm excited to jump in it. The demo as well is out. You can check it out. Bleed is now available for the Xbox. Recoil is now available for digital pre-order. NASCAR Heat is now available for digital pre-order as well. Ever since I played the Forza NASCAR,
Oh yeah, on Forza 6.
on Forza 6 expansion, the
Oh.
Forza NASCAR,
Oh,
I've been
man.
like really into NASCAR.
Dude.
And this, like, I kind of almost want to get this because of that expansion.
Well, they even let you play the NASCAR in like the first 4 races.
Oh, it was a Formula One car.
a Formula
Yeah.
1 car, and
And you just
you're like, up until that point, you're just like, oh yeah, I'm learning how to race,
And then
yeah,
you're like,
and then
go
they just
200
throw you
miles
right
an
into
and,
this.
and your stress meter jumps to 1,000.
I know you're going so fast.
Yeah.
Oh man.
which
It's
you think, oh, going fast, but it's not. Forza 6 is not like it's a simulator.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, you can't go 200 miles and just take a corner,
Yeah.
Yes.
or in this case, a big oval.
And the stress simulator, man, the anxiety I get when I'm playing those is like, ah!
What amazes me about the
They
Forza
should-
series or any of those simulation games, even Forza Horizon 3, and it blows my mind, is how every car feels different. It
Yeah.
feels
Yeah.
different in your controller, like how you mess with physics
Mm-hmm.
and you make that happen so that your cars, because like you said, you're racing these cars, they're like NASCAR cars or rally cars or whatever around tracks, and then you get in the Formula One car, and it's a completely different experience.
You're hitting that rewind button a lot
And I
more.
just I don't know how they managed to fine tune it to that extent. Like it's
The development of it,
completely
yeah.
different. It's so good.
Smart people developed it.
Yeah, smart people.
Well, and then if you find a car that you really like the aesthetics, you can go in and tune it. And I always do
Yeah,
all-wheel
tune it to
drive
now,
because
yeah.
I feel like all-wheel drive feels better with
Yeah.
how I play. You know, and you can that tuning section is
That's a whole science in and of itself.
Dude, I don't get it sometimes. I know a basic amount about cars, and I don't get the tuning sometimes.
Yeah.
well
It's hard.
at that level. I mean, then you get different springs,
Those are
Yeah.
the pros.
get different axles.
If I was a billionaire, like I had Facebook money, right? Bill Gates money or something like that.
Okay.
I would
Warren
open
Buffett.
up a full service gas station with the NASCAR, change tires, everything, the whole shot. But it would be a membership gas station, so you'd pay like Netflix it. You'd
Dude,
pay,
that would be awesome.
you'd pay
like you
$100
sit in your
a
car,
month.
the guy comes up and
12
jacks you.
seconds.
Yeah.
And you'd be like,
Or your money back.
And they have
12
the little
seconds or your money back. Yeah, and it's just everything.
seconds
You get your
or your
oil,
money back.
you get your oil checked, your transmission.
That guy
fluids
runs
done,
up with the big milk carton of
top
gas.
you off, top you off
and
on
then
your
they push you
fluids,
away when
your
they're done.
tires. Dude, it would be an it would be an
You're in like your
experience.
minivan, and they're just.
$100 for that service a month. Would you?
I
do
would
that?
pay for that, and I would get my money's worth because I'd go twice a day, at least.
100. Do you know how expensive those guys are?
So that's not on top of that. Doesn't count. You pay for the gas separately each time.
I would
but $100
absolutely do it for
membership.
$100 a month. That's like that's a steal.
I'd go
I'm
in
getting
with
4 tires. I'm getting
No,
everything.
they're rotating them for you, filling them up.
They're rotating it within
Rotating
12
them,
seconds.
rotating them, washing down your windows. You know,
You got a crew of like 50 people.
and you're out. That's time, man. That's time.
Yeah.
that
All right,
would be so cool.
David, I will spend $100 a month.
We
to
were
have that
talking
happen.
about before the
Best
show.
12 seconds of my life.
We were talking about before the show what we'd do with $1 million. That would be one of the things I would do.
I don't think you could do that with $1 million. Yeah, I think you have to have big money.
I think you would go bankrupt if you only had $1 million within the first 2 weeks.
I think.
But
I think you have to have a lot of money
what
to
a
lose.
2 weeks though, huh?
Yeah,
that
well,
would be
that's
so
true.
cool.
Speaking of
Do you
net,
know how many smiles you would bring? Everyone.
speaking of Netflix-like services, the Xbox Games Pass at Gamescom. I don't know if this is in the news story, but let's talk about it right
Yeah.
now. They brought up
It is.
Recore.
Yes.
Recore is coming out with a definitive
Yeah.
edition,
Yes.
and if you already own the game,
You get the definitive edition for free. Comes with the graphics upgrade.
yeah.
New tank bot.
And is it in?
Graphics upgrade it's adding HDR.
4K resolution, all that stuff.
It's
yeah.
not doing 4K. It's not doing HDR. It's doing it's not doing 4K. It's doing one or the other.
Okay.
I read it. Yeah, and I can't remember what
increased.
it was. So there you go.
Okay. Sorry. Enhanced visuals, increased resolution, no number, and HDR.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know that it won't be 4K. They specifically said no 4K.
And is that one in the Games Pass or no?
It will be in the game.
Will be in the Games Pass. That's what it is. So, how do we feel about the Games Pass at this point? Is Microsoft headed down the right direction with the Microsoft Games Pass?
Yeah.
Mr. McSpicy, go.
Yeah,
Is it is it a good value?
I think so.
Yeah, I think
They're
so. I think so
definitely
too.
not headed in the wrong direction.
All right. Well, there you go.
I personally, I still lean towards EA, and I told you why last
Yeah.
week. But like I said, they're not going in the wrong direction. They're doing something right.
Yeah.
They have
Why
me
do you
eyeballing
why
it.
do you lean towards EA price?
Price wise, and
Yeah.
I
The
a
games,
lot,
I think,
a lot of
are-
the games I like EA
Yeah.
has, right? Like
Yeah.
I love Battlefield, Mass Effect was fun. You get your fun little games like Unraveled,
Peggle.
Peggle, yeah, there you go,
Titanfall.
Peggle. You
Titanfall.
get the Maddens and the FIFAs and everything like that, which is
NHLs.
fun. Yeah, the NHLs, the sports games, and the fact that I can pay $30 and I got them all for a year.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's
Excellent,
really
yeah.
what does it. The $30 a year.
Yeah.
But I'm not against Game Pass. I did the free
Do
trial,
you
and
think
I think it's a
Sony?
great
Do you think
service.
Sony and Nintendo will do something similar?
Nintendo has their virtual. Nintendo does their own thing. Who knows?
But
what they're
they,
doing.
but it's not it's game by game. You still have to
Yeah.
buy like Mario
buy
for
it.
$10.
Sony, I think they're set up to do it. They have their what's it called? Play Now, PlayStation Play or something like that, where you can do all their old games via their streaming
Sure.
service. So I mean, I think they're set up to do the newer games, right? You just apply that setting or that
Yeah.
structure to your newer game. I mean, I think they could. I don't know if they will.
Yeah. It's very interesting, but I think the idea Netflix,
Sony's
Amazon,
supposedly-
Hulu for media entertainment, I think it's going to transfer over to gaming, and I think it's a
Yeah.
good thing for us all. And I'll tell you what, I think Microsoft, we talked about this a few weeks ago, Microsoft is in actuality competing with Steam. And if that's the case, I think a Game Pass for the PC is inevitable for Microsoft to bring out. If they're doing it on the Xbox, do it on the
See-
PC. And I think you take Steam right out of the equation.
Now
in all
that's where
honesty.
it would be because they have the Origin access, right?
Sure.
But I have all those games on the Xbox. There's no point in me in paying for maybe one or two extra games via the
Yeah.
Origin Pass. Now, if Microsoft had a separate games pass that they did for PC games, that would kind of turn the take because I would think a lot more about that one because that's a whole new
That's a whole
variety of
separate set of
games.
games,
Yeah,
yeah.
yes, which would
Or
be
Steam.
really
I don't see why.
interesting.
I
yeah.
don't. Well, if Steam did that, they could close the door on the competition before it even started.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. And they got the library to do it. I mean, I guess you got to go in and talk to all your developers, right? I mean, Microsoft.
I don't think it's a hard sell though because it breathes new life into your game.
Yeah, it really does.
especially games where, and every game has basically a microtransaction shop now. I mean, even sports games with card packs that you buy. So EA Access, they're not losing money because they're getting a second wave of life into that game, and then they're buying card packs or they're buying different uniforms or helmets or what have you.
Yeah, people are playing the game, and then makes it more likely for them to buy the next game in the series because
Mark, you're awfully quiet over there.
Oh, I don't know what to say.
he's pondering.
Yeah. I mean, what else do you want me to say?
All right, moving on.
Unless you say something stupid, which you haven't
That's
yet.
usually when you chime in.
Yeah. So I'll be quiet.
One
over
of
here.
my
Twiddle my thumbs.
favorite news stories of the week: Path of Exile is now available.
I'm excited to play
Download
this.
it on my Xbox. I'm going to try and jump on it tonight just for fun.
I've already downloaded it. Let's play.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
I
down.
downloaded it too. I'm really excited for it. I'm going to try and I'm definitely jumping on it this weekend.
All right.
But I'm going to try and play. Yeah, fun game, free to play. You can buy bundles that do give you some extra goodies,
I'm
but
jumping on your mom this weekend. Oh.
That is disgusting.
Oh, wait, that's my mom. Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, the mom jokes are making a comeback
They
in
are.
my life.
They're
Big time.
funny.
Now that you've said it, they're making a comeback.
I've been saying it at work all week, and I've probably got to watch myself because I say it to students, and so someone's going to complain to me sometime.
They're gonna hit their bell. Ding.
yeah.
Be like, hey, I'm like we have student workers, and we
Yeah.
have like Skype. I'd be like, hey, can you do me a favor? I'm like, yeah, sure. Tell your mom I say hi. And everybody laughs, and then I move on with my work. I get pretty bored at work. Clearly.
You just need that.
Then you have a
5-minute
meeting with HR.
Yeah, then I
You have to go take a
Yeah,
class,
that's right.
training
I
class.
take a
on-
class. I'm like what's his face from The Office in Michael.
Michael
Oh,
Scott.
Michael
yeah.
Scott, you're always going
And
to talk
the
to Toby.
training.
Yeah.
Toby.
Yeah.
Path of Exile now available. It's free. You can buy the bundles for a little extra goodies, skin pet, stuff like that.
Extra slots.
Extra slots.
Stuff
But
like that.
check it out because it's a fun game. If you like Diablo, you'll really like this one. If you don't like Diablo, you'll probably still like this one. So try it out. It's free. You can't beat that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about this one last week. It was up for pre-order, but Mages of Mystralia now available. I'm excited for that game too. Eventide 2 Sorcerer's Mirror now available. That one, it's got a crazy cover art. So, hey, Wolfenstein the 2-pack.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein New Order
and
the Old Blood now available is the one you got, right? Or no, you just got the Old Blood.
I got the Old
'cause
Blood.
we already had the New Order.
Yeah.
So the double pack now available just in time for you to buy it, play it, beat it, and get ready for the second one. Battle of the Bulge.
Story of my life. But ching. That's all I want to say. Battle of the Bulge is now available for the
For
Xbox
Xbox One.
This looks really cool. It's a top-down strategy game where you're managing supply routes. It looks very turn-based, actually, almost. It looks like Axis and Allies on the console here. It looks really cool, but it's all about Battle of the Bulge. You're managing your supply routes, where your infantry is going, your tanks, movement, taking territory, retreating from territory. I think this looks interesting. It's only $10. For $10, I might give that a try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go
Looks cool.
for it, man.
Battle of the Bulge.
You can't
there
get
you
mad
go.
at $10 even if it sucks, right?
This is
Yeah,
true.
that's in that range.
It's in the range, yeah.
So. Absolute Drift Zen. We already talked about that. But hey, it's available. Again.
Absolute Drift Zed is now available for
it's
Xbox
available. F1 2017 Special Edition now available for Xbox One. David, the big one here for you. Madden 18, which we already talked about, now out and running live on Xbox.
Very nice. Yes, it's out now. I've had the chance to play it. I think it's really good. Someone asked the question. Let me see if I saw it. Here we go. Mitchell Imig asked the question from Facebook. He said, I downloaded Madden 17 with EA Access, and I personally did not find that much of an improvement. Do you think Madden 18 will be a big improvement to warrant buying it rather than waiting for EA Access? So here's the thing with sports games. Their improvements are nominal each year to year, but in those nominal improvements, it makes a big difference, right? Like you're tweaking and making more precise your ability to play defense. Madden 17 made defense much more controllable than it's ever been before. It improved its ultimate team. It brought draft champions into it. So Madden 17 was worth it. Madden 18 is improving Madden Ultimate Team. Now you have Madden Ultimate Team 3-on-3 mode, which is going to be a which looks like a blast. I've not yet played it, so I can't say that it is a blast, but it looks like a blast. But what they've really retweaked is how you get your card packs. So Madden Ultimate Team has seen an overhaul. Quarterback throwing has seen an overhaul in this game where you can be much more accurate and precise, and also again running has seen an overhaul. So here's the thing: if you're a casual sports player, getting a game every year is probably not worth it. For instance, I wait for EA Access for like an NHL because I'm not a big NHL guy. I'll just wait for it to come. But I'm a big Madden guy, so it's worth it to me.
Yeah.
If you're not a big sports guy, then the iterations are probably not worth it to you because you're not diving into it that much that those changes would make a huge difference in your gameplay.
Yeah.
Agree
I
with me,
agree.
Jordan? Disagree?
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
So there you go. Great question.
How
Mitchell.
how is I believe this Madden
Yes.
is the first Madden that is using the full power of the Frostbite engine.
It looks good. I'll tell you where you see it the most. And here's a big difference that has never been included: the long shot, the story mode. It's
I was going to ask you, have you played it?
It's interesting. Yeah, it's super interesting. It's like bringing Telltales to Madden, but with a little bit more, like, you actually get to play a game of football in between.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but the story is really good. It's got pro actors and it's beautiful. It looks sharp, and it is the dice.
That Frostbite engine
looks really
man.
good. I just call it the dice engine, the Frostbite engine, whatever.
Well,
That's the
Dice
same
made
thing.
it.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Looks really good. But yeah, I think
I'm excited to.
So far, I'm happy. Next week, I'll be able to give you like my full review. But
Yeah.
so far, first impressions based off what I've played, really like it. Really enjoying it.
I'm excited to beat you in a few rounds this year. So
Aye.
that'll be a good time. We'll do our usual first to 5 wins gets a cheeseburger.
Yes, okay, we'll do it. We
So-
never.
But
finished
you have
our
to
last one.
actually
Yeah, we never
have to
fin-
play
yeah,
those.
Yeah, we never finished our last one. But go ahead.
So yeah, Madden's available right now. Xbox Live games with gold for September have come out, and let me tell you what they are. They're actually pretty
They've
good.
been announced.
They've been announced, and I like them. Forza 5 from September 1st through the 30th, free.
Yes.
This next one, it's a fun little title, and I think you should both download it and get it. September 16th through October 15th, Oxen free.
Oh.
Free to play. Yeah. This one was very fun. It's got a lot of replayability with it, but it's just a fun little mystery
I have
paranormal. Yeah, because I have it.
Yeah.
Paranormal. It's fun. It's a good play. So if you've never played it,
A must download
Free.
for me. There's a lot of you out there who have not tried the Forza series, just the normal Forza simulation series. Forza 5 is the first one that I got into,
Yep.
and it hooked me. It convinced me
It was
to
good.
get Forza 6, and then to get Forza Horizon.
Wasn't Forza 5 the launch
It
title?
was the
One of
launch
the launch-
title.
Yeah.
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 And it holds up still to this day. I mean, because Forza is a simulation game. Basically, from Forza 5 to Forza 6, the difference there is weather effects. Like, you don't get weather effects in Forza 5, you get them in Forza 6, and it affects the road, it affects how you drive,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, and then they give you new cars and they tweak stuff. But Forza 5 is still a fantastic game, and it's gorgeous. Definitely.
Well, the
worth
voiceover is done by Top Gear.
Yeah,
The
that's
TV
the
show
Top Gear
Top
one.
Gear,
That's
remember
right.
that?
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, the presentation is
It's
on point.
awesome, and they just talk about how sexy the car is as
Yeah.
it's zooming across, and I love Top Gear. I love that show a lot.
Yeah, so go jump on Forza 5 if you've been curious about it. It's free in September. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
yeah.
yes, the Xbox 360 games are Hydro Thunder Hurricane, boat racing game, and a classic, Battlefield 3. We're getting all the Battlefield games, aren't we? We got Battlefield Bad Company on backward compatibility last week. This
Yeah.
week or next month, we're getting Battlefield 3.
Battlefield 3 was okay.
Battlefield 3 actually very much disappointed me.
It was okay. Battlefield 2 was good. Battlefield 3 was okay. And then it set up Battlefield 4 to spike the ball of crappiness, and they succeeded. And then they made a comeback with Battlefield 1. That's how it went, in my opinion.
Not many can disagree with that.
I know.
Yeah.
Once again, you speak the truth.
I'm on point. I'm on fire today.
I feel after like a year, I feel like Battlefield 4 turned it around.
Oh, yeah.
And
But
then
by
we
that
got
point,
a
I
lot
was
of-
gone.
Yeah, which is a good point. But and then Battlefield 1 came out and
Do you think they only had one guy working on it or something? Or like the janitor coming in at late at nights was actually fixing their code for them? Took
oh,
that
in
long to
Battlefield
fix.
4, yeah, the net code and everything. Battlefield 3 was disappointing to me. I mean, it was a fun game if you're just starting out in Battlefield, but
Yeah.
we came from Bad Company 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And from Bad
3,
Company
and Battlefield 3, which was decent.
No. I'm talking about Battlefield 3. Why it disappointed
my
me.
bad. I thought you were
Battlefield 4 disappointed me because it was broken. But they did bring something back that Battlefield 3 didn't really have. So, Battlefield Bad Company introduced destruction.
Yes.
Right? Bad Company 2 brought that destruction to a whole new level by letting you take down everything.
Every part of the
inside.
building, yeah.
Then Battlefield 3 toned back the destruction, and that really...
Well, they did the Levolution, right?
That was 4.
That was 4? Oh.
4 brought back destruction to an extent and made it feel more like a heavy Battlefield. And Battlefield 1, they released all of it. They said, you know what? Just unlock it all.
You know, let's stop messing around here, guys.
Let's bring a poop shovel to this party.
Let's do that.
And they
Spiked Club.
Yeah, because Battlefield 1, the destruction is awesome.
Dude, that game.
And you
blows
are
my
on
mind.
actual battlefields, I guess.
So I suck at that game.
I guess. And the other ones you're in like urban cities, which yes are battlefields, but this Battlefield 1 I like so much because of the map, and especially those new maps we play, which we'll talk about later.
It's so good. Battlefield 1, I suck at that game. I mean, I'm not bad, but I'm not that good.
I think that's everybody.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's like golf.
It
No
really
one's
is
actually
like
good at golf.
I mean, you just get a lucky swing every once in a while.
Yeah. That really is how I feel about that game. Everyone's average and nothing matters, and you just shoot
but
people.
in that game, there are times where things happen in front of me that I see and witness, or even happen to myself, that melts my mind.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, whoa.
It's almost.
I record bad things that happen to me because it
I
blows
record
my mind.
when Jordan hits me a headshot across the map. I go, ugh, record that, Jordan.
Well, there was
Props,
one
man.
time
Tink.
when it was like Saving Private Ryan for me. There was one time when we were first playing it. We were playing with my younger brother.
Yeah.
And he was like, Jordan, I need a med pack. So I said, okay, I'm coming. And I'm running through the trenches, right? And I come up to him and I'm about to throw down something, and a tank just blows his body like 10 feet. And you're stunned for a second, like, I lost my friend.
Dude, same thing happened to me this week.
And
I
it ju-
recorded
yeah.
it on my Xbox. I'm going up to stab a guy with a knife in the back because you know you have to sneak up behind them.
Yeah, and you get their dog tags, and it feels
to
good.
get their dog
yeah.
tags. So I'm going up in Battlefield 1 to stab this guy with a knife, and I'm thinking, yes, I'm going to get this kill. He doesn't see me. He's too busy shooting. And right before I get there, an explosion happens, and his body goes flying in every which
And
way.
you just
And I was just I recorded it because I was like, that was awesome.
You just don't know what's happening. You get shell shocked for
cool.
a minute. Yeah.
It's such a good game.
Very good. So, if you want to start with Battlefield 3, it's going to be free to play next month. They did have a lot of cool
I didn't think
elements
Battlefield
of
3
Battlefield 3,
was
but
bad.
Battlefield, I didn't think it was bad either. I loved Bad Company, and then that was the next step.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the direction they took. They went back to
Yeah.
that more realism graphics, which is not bad.
Yeah.
Right? And that, but I just felt that toning back that destruction for me, it really hurt. And then
Yeah.
Battlefield 4 brought a lot of it back, and then Battlefield 1, they just said, okay, realism graphics, and then everything can blow up.
Yeah, everything. And then
and
let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And
So what's
Good stuff
happening? Tell
happened.
me what's happening with Call of Duty. That's been a lot of big news this week.
This is
What's
actually
happening with
kind
the
of cool. So
Call
kill
of Duty
cams in
World
Call
War
of
II
Duty,
beta.
they're doing something a little different. So at the end of the match, Mark, you probably know this. At the end of the match, it says match over.
In what? Wait, in
And
Call of
then
Duty?
in Call of Duty
Okay.
World
And
War,
they show the last
and
kill.
they'll show the last kill. So even
Yeah.
if the last kill was embarrassing or whatever, whatever
I've
it
had
was,
a lot of embarrassing moments in my life.
it just shows the last kill. Now they say they're taking the book out of the kind of a play out of Overwatch's book.
Yeah.
They're gonna show basically a play of the game type of camera. So they're gonna use whatever algorithm they use to determine what the best play of the game was
Yeah.
and show that. As
So
the
why
last.
is this such a big deal? Why is it making news?
Because it's
Because
Call of
it's
Duty.
never
Because
done
it's
it
Call of
before.
Duty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Call of Duty.
Changing it up.
Yeah.
So does this improve?
Because there's a change.
does it?
Call of Duty.
So in your mind, Mr. McSpicy, you're the first-person shooter guy here.
Yeah.
Does this improve it? Not improve it, or is it just a different change? Like it doesn't make a difference either way. It's just something that's different.
I think it's an improvement. I mean, everyone just kind of goes meh when the kill cam happened, but now it'll be like,
Oh, there actually was.
Hey,
There
nice
was
play.
There was the play of the game.
Yeah, it's definitely an improvement. I don't know if this is like going to get people to buy the game
Sure.
or not buy the game, but I mean, yeah, it's better than having the
How do you think that system? How does that system work in
So in-
Overwatch? How
in-
does Overwatch decide what is the play of the game?
Even
That's a great question.
Jeff Kaplan, well, you guys saw that video where he was talking about if this guy doesn't get play of the game,
Someone's
getting
fired.
Yeah, so-
and then they didn't get to play the game.
and he was like, "Oh my gosh!" And it's, but
Their
something like
algorithm
that
is-
is that's tough though. Like that's got to be hard to write.
Multi
figure out-
kills.
I mean, you're.
Yeah.
It's going to be multi-kills. It's going to be
Yeah.
stuff like that.
It says here in the article, instead of the final kill, it will show a replay of what the game seems to be interpreting as key or otherwise impressive moments.
Okay.
So that's how the game will say,
So, play of the game,
yeah.
which, you know.
basically.
So I bet you,
Fascinating.
like Mark said, it's either tied to multi-kills and something with special perks, right? I mean, it's probably tied to two big things, right?
Yeah. So do you prefer play of the game over kill cam?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Why?
Well, because most kill cams are the end, like the last kill, most of them are like,
It's like
you go to the bathroom.
It's like the worst player on your team that just does something stupid and gets.
I'll be honest.
killed?
The only time I think it is decent is search and destroy, where every kill matters. You only have one
sure,
life,
sure.
and then the last life is really kind of when it gets intense. So
Sure.
you're like, ooh, a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Other than that,
Personally,
team deathmatch.
I think what they should do is just show the play of the game at the end of these games in multiplayer shooters and not show it. Because I don't really care for kill. I find myself skipping most of them anyway on any shooter. Kill cams,
Oh,
like
it's kill
general
cams?
kill
Oh.
cams. And
Yeah.
honestly, in my opinion, the kill cam only makes you more mad.
Yeah,
You're
well,
already pretty
because-
mad that you died, and then sometimes, and it's not the kill cam's fault, because like
It's the
sometimes
net code.
Well, yeah, well, and sometimes the kill cam isn't like it's not as fast as the actual gameplay. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
it
not like
pisses you off.
tracking
All
it
it
as
does is
fast.
piss
So
you off,
like
yeah.
it may look like there was lag, but really, or like he was using an aimbot, but maybe he wasn't because the kill cam couldn't read it fast. Or it's just there's a whole bunch of issues you can have with the kill cam, right? So honestly, I actually like the way Battlefield does it. When you die, you just see kind of a highlight of the guy that killed you, and you
Yeah.
can see him running around your body.
Yeah.
Maybe teabag you a little bit. I've had that happen before, and,
Who hasn't?
yeah, and that
And
makes you
that's
mad.
part
But then
of-
you want to hunt that guy down because he
'Cause
defiled your body.
He called you on. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, no, yeah. I wish kill cam. Even in Overwatch, I find myself
Sure.
skipping him
Can
through
I
in Overwatch.
Can I
I'm just
say?
not a
can I
fan
s-
of the kill cam.
This is moving off topic now from this, but
Oh, really?
I think it's interesting that Call of Duty is changing it up. It's only good for Call of Duty, and I think it's interesting that Call of Duty goes back to World War II. We've had that discussion before.
Which
Anyways,
I've teased Call of Duty, but I'm really excited for this one. I might pick this one up
Yeah.
because that's a good time error.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating
It really
time.
is, yeah.
PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds
Okay.
had its tournament this week. Speaking
Oh,
of
yeah.
every kill that matters in that game, every kill matters. Every death
100
matters.
of them.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this? So I'm not big. I enjoy watching Mixer or Twitch or anybody stream for the character that's playing. So for entertainment purposes,
'Kay.
right? Like
Yeah.
I like people on Mixer who are entertaining or creating something, or I find them the most interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't really watch the esports. Like I can't watch StarCraft. It's not interesting to me, even though I enjoy
Oh,
StarCraft.
it's because you don't stay up and watch the GSL at
No,
3 in the morning.
even though I enjoy StarCraft and I get the appeal to it, same with like Dota or any of those. I understand the appeal. I actually do enjoy watching Hearthstone, but even there, I only enjoy watching people who are entertaining, like engaging.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily for the play. Battlefield, or Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
That game. Did any of you watch the
Yeah.
tournament?
Yeah, I did.
It
Yeah.
blew my mind.
Yeah.
They did such a good job of presentation, number one. And number two, the way that game is just built for esports.
Well, 'cause
I
it's-
think
it's tense.
they've got a giant esports game on their hand, and this tournament showed it. And it was so entertaining. It was one of the most entertaining things that I've
Because
seen.
these guys
streamed.
are all so good.
They're
And-
so good. And the way what they would do is it makes it easy for a watcher, for a viewer, to see, because they zoom out and they show where everybody's at on the map, and then they'll go in and they'll show everybody where they're at on the map, and you can see, oh shoot, look, they're gonna collide, and then they'll go in and show and it's
You're
just so
literally
easy.
watching the Hunger Games.
You're
at
literally
that
watching
point.
the
Yeah,
Hunger Games. You
the
really are.
presentation.
It just fits. It's a great spectator game from that standpoint.
Well, I think the excitement comes from you could be watching one guy for a minute and then all of a sudden he's gone. Like every
He's dead, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
every move can be your last.
McSpicy.
I would say that to play on the other side of this coin just a little bit, I think they do need to tweak the point system a little bit. Right now, that game is rewarded to make it. If you make it to the end, you get basically all the points.
Sure.
So there's no incentive to actually have attacking. You get you get so little points. A lot of those pros would just go hide and camp.
Yeah, they in fact, a lot of people on Reddit and stuff, when they were announcing the winner, they won this round. People would be like, "How many kills did he get?"
2, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He got
It
2
was like
kills.
nothing.
The
Yeah.
winner got 2 kills.
Yeah.
I mean, position-wise, that's important. Getting in position and holding your ground. However, I think they do need to add a little bit more incentive to actually encounter
To attack.
fights instead of seeing a guy and then hiding.
Agreed.
But yeah, you're exactly right. I think I've been a fan of this PlayerUnknown for a long time and this style of game for a long time, and it's so entertaining to watch because
It really is.
It's exciting.
He's a really cool guy. Did you see his interview?
Oh, no,
They
I
had
didn't.
him on the Microsoft couch or whatever they want to call it, and they're like, so how did you get into games? And he was like, well, I did this mod, and then I moved to Korea and made a game. And he was just like,
Oh, PlayerUnknown. You're talking
Player
about.
Unknown. Yeah, he was
PlayerUnknown,
like, well, I did this mod for Arma 3, and I liked it. So I moved to Korea and we made a game.
That's literally what he said, word for word. I moved
Yeah.
to Korea, made a game. There you go. The rest is history.
He was like, I wanted to, so I did it.
oh,
And they're like, really?
No, but
Yeah.
for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, at Gamescom they had their first invitational for Battlegrounds.
Yeah, for the tournament.
For the tournament, and so it's the first tournament that it's done. So when I've watched Jono play Battlegrounds, I've watched some people, and you're seeing it from their point of view, and that by itself is fairly interesting. But as a spectator viewing a tournament during this invitational, it blew my mind.
And it's
it
even
was
cooler
so
when you know the
entertaining.
names. When you know because I follow a lot
Sure,
of those guys, and watching that and knowing the names and knowing how good they are and
Yeah.
going against each other, it's.
And not only that,
I would crawl and hide in a corner too.
not only
and
that,
take the tournament
but-
and just let them kill each other.
not only that, but they had good announcers. And in these spectator games,
Oh, you need
like
to-
for instance, the Madden announcers are so annoying. Oh my goodness, some of them are okay, but for the most part, they're super annoying. I don't know, and in these games, announcers are such a critical part of the spectator experience. And I don't know how Battlegrounds did it or how they put it together, but it worked so well. And that game, I think, is going to be a huge spectator
Yeah.
Yeah.
tournament.
What makes you excited
watching
for it to come
game.
to the Xbox One
Yeah.
X?
Yeah. But is there another game that is as enjoyable, or am I overblowing it here? Because I've just
No,
not been
honestly,
drawn.
out of all the survival games I've played.
No, but from a tournament standpoint.
Oh, from a tournament standpoint.
and watching like everybody play, like I enjoy watching
think it
Madden
just-
because I like Madden.
It depends on what you're into. 'Cause
but
I-
it's not that entertaining.
I like
This
watching-
was so entertaining.
I like watching the Warcraft arena tournaments.
Okay.
And and it's just because I know what they're doing, right? You know the abilities, you know what they're doing, you know the strategies they're using. Same reason Mark likes StarCraft. He knows what they're doing and
Yeah,
why they're doing it. You know what I mean?
I think the appeal to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is the fact that you understand this guy has a gun and this guy's shooting this person. So you can. I know that sounds stupid, but it's way like when I watch StarCraft. And you watch StarCraft,
Yeah.
we both get different things out of it
Sure.
because you know StarCraft really well. But let's say my wife, for example, she would be like, "What is this? I'm bored." But if she saw a PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, she'll be like, "She gets it. There's a guy there's a
It
soldier
sells.
with a gun.
It's
He's-
easy to sell.
It's
It's
trying
easy
to
to
stay
sell.
alive.
It's an easy concept.
It's really
survive.
it's really easy to understand
Yeah.
what's going on. So I
Yeah.
think the appeal to that kind of esport is a wider audience than
Sure.
say StarCraft.
Yeah. And not only that, but the way I think the tools are there to set up, like, seriously, when they zoom out and you can see everybody jumping and you can see, oh, okay, these guys, look at their strategies that they're doing, blah, blah, blah. And they're commentating overall and they zoom in. Oh, here's a conflict. Let's zoom in real quick and back out and zoom in. It's literally watching the Hunger Games.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
that's-
it really is. Yeah.
But it's just really well. Anyway, so congratulations to PlayerUnknown and
Yeah, he's doing
Battlegrounds.
good.
It's-
I'm excited for it to come to the
that
Xbox.
invitational was on point.
Speaking of stuff that happened at Gamescom, did you see the raid in Hearthstone that they did, Jordan?
The raid? No.
They did a raid, and
Oh,
it's
really?
awesome. So it was only at that event.
Yeah.
And they had the Lich King had 1,000,000 HP,
That's hilarious.
and they had to.
you know, Blizzard actually has a physical card game where you do raids like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, and anyways, they all had to sit there and keep fighting him over and over and over and over.
Was
to
it
get
cool?
It was actually pretty cool. Yeah.
Do
and
you
then,
think they're going to bring that feature into the game?
I don't know.
'Cause
That would be
fun.
awesome.
Dude,
like
dial
a
it
worldwide
down,
raid.
Dungeon.
Or
Worldwide
just like
raid?
with your friends raiding against
Yeah,
the guy.
maybe
You combine
like-
your cards. You get special cards by defeating this raid, and it's impossible to do. But you just make it super difficult.
It was really cool. And like I said earlier in the show, I played the campaign. The Lich King is hard. Like
Yeah.
you're lucky if you get
He
10 hit
was
points
he
off
was
of him.
tough in real life when I took him.
He's a
down.
cheater, man. In this game, he just cheats.
I
He was
remember.
tough when I took him down.
Yeah.
Back when I remember taking that guy down.
Yeah,
He was tough.
No, I took him down when he was released, like live. I didn't go back up when you were over leveled. Like I was there
I actually
I was
wanna,
there rating the wings as they opened week to week.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
I want to
He
talk
was
to you about
tough.
the lore maybe after the show because
It's Lich King. It's funny that you say that that's the best expansion. Although Legion was really good and it's probably number 2, the Lich King is still the best expansion for Warcraft as well. I mean, it's just.
so
And what do you know? Jeff Kaplan did it.
yeah. Well, one of the things that is unique to this expansion. Sorry to keep going on this, David.
No, that's fine.
When you beat him, because you have to beat him with every single class.
Sure.
Which is cool. They've never really done that in Hearthstone before. But it's like at the end of like a Tekken or a Street Fighter where when you beat the game, then it tells this quick story of what happens. They do that in Hearthstone. They tell you what happens with the hero that you beat him with. Jordan, I was going to ask you about the lore because there was one hero that stood out to me when you beat the Lich King with him, and he was very different than others. So after show, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's really good. Play this, David. Get back into Hearthstone and play it. It's free.
All right, doing it.
The first
I'm
free
there.
expansion.
They bring it to Xbox and I'll play it. How about that? Making a deal with Blizzard
Yeah.
because I have that kind
Hey,
of
maybe
pull.
I thought for some reason I thought Jeff Kaplan was the Lich King.
So new Dragon Ball Z.
Maybe you
Dude,
don't like it as much anymore.
Yeah.
New Dragon Ball Fighter Z trailer shows off first footage of Super Saiyan Blue Goku and
Dude,
Vegeta.
this trailer is awesome. It looks like the
By
TV
the
show.
way, Vegeta is the most. There was a guy in chat during my stream, and his name was like Blue Vegeta or something.
Vegeta?
Yeah, and I'm just
That's
like,
a good one.
I'm just like Vegeta. Very nice.
Are you sure it's not fajita?
Anyways, Dragon Age shows. Did you watch this trailer? The new
Yeah, it's
Dragon Ball.
It's super awesome. I want to get it.
The superpower science they square off in this looks really good. Crackdown 3 should have been announced later. That's what Microsoft says. It would have been better to hold off on announcing the game until much later. I would agree with that because how many E3s has Crackdown been?
Yeah.
It's the same with Cuphead. Announce it later, and then you're building the hype doesn't die.
Yeah.
The hype basically dies and it becomes same old, same old. Sword Art Online is coming to the Xbox One. Sword Art Online, both McSpicy. You watched this show?
Yeah,
don't you?
I actually really liked it.
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I've seen season 1 and season 2. Is that all there is?
I don't know. Jordan would know.
Yeah, there's only 2. And the movie.
Wait, the movie?
It's called
Wait,
Ori.
Did you?
Ori
Is that the one
Scale.
that you went to and didn't tell me, or
No,
are we going
were
to it
gonna
later?
go to, but I'm just waiting for it to come out in English because we missed the Japanese
Okay.
release.
I really like the
Yeah, the movie's
anime.
about AR, augmented reality. It's actually a cool concept.
So it's coming as a video game to the
Yep.
Xbox One. Jordan, you saw
Bullet.
this. You saw the trailer. What do you think?
I thought it was really
Excited
cool.
for this as a fan
Art
of the
style's
series?
super cool because it's that anime art
Yeah.
style, so it feels like the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one.
Is it a big MMO?
No,
Because of the game.
that would have been cool.
And then if you played it, you died in real life. If you died in the game,
Yeah.
that's where the stakes are. Where it's at.
Is there an MMO off of this game? Because
No,
the,
there should
the
be.
show
They
is
could.
an MMO.
They could do it, and that would be awesome. But no.
That would be really cool. Another one, Titanfall, not Titanfall. The anime, Titan anime.
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan 2 also was announced, is coming later next year, I think. So that looks fun. These anime games, Microsoft is getting on their platform. I mean, I think they're also on PlayStation. But super fun, super exciting. Those are coming. Speaking of the fight, we've talked about it. The McGregor Mayweather fight. You can watch it. You can watch it on your UFC app on the Xbox One. That is how we will be watching it, actually. Well,
Yeah, I put that in there for you because it'll be on the Xbox One.
Okay,
so.
thank you. So, Age of Empires. Can I say Gamescom was a little bit disappointing for me?
I
Because
just
they
didn't like the formula
Well,
they had.
I think Gamescom is more or less not about hardware and announcements. It's more or less people just. It's basically one big LAN party.
Well, no, that is true.
That's basically
Well, this is
what
what
it
they
is.
did. Age of Empires, they teased and made it seem like, oh, it's coming to the Xbox One. And then the Age of Empires event came. Nothing for the Xbox One. What it was is the definitive edition, which
for all
looks-
3 of them.
For all 3 of them, which looks legit.
And
I mean,
then
it's redone from the
there
ground
was-
up with new sounds, everything.
There
new
was quite a
graphics.
big announcement though.
And then Age 4. is
Age of
coming.
Empires 4 being developed by
I don't know who's being developed. by.
Relic,
Oh, Relic.
Company
Oh,
of
very
Heroes.
nice.
You remember how
Yeah,
we
of
used to get
course.
mad at that game?
Yeah, Company of Heroes, a game that
Remember that?
you
We
can
were only
never
playing
beat
on
the
easy.
computer on. What the freak?
So imagine
Well-
this new Age of Empires game.
Yeah, that game was hard. That game was hard.
Anyways, but we all thought last week, we predicted that it would be coming to the Xbox One. We thought it would be an announcement. It ended up not being, and that's fine. But it does look good for you PC
Yeah,
players.
I just thought it was going to be cool. I'm going to grab the Age of Empires 4. Age of Empires 3 was awesome. I'm excited to see that they're all coming definitive.
Yeah, we watched
editions,
this right
so.
before the show, the Destiny 2 launch trailer.
Yep.
Jordan, why don't you describe the Destiny 2 launch trailer for everybody who
It was
hasn't
very
yet seen it?
cinematic.
Okay.
There was gameplay, which was good. It looks good. It gets you excited. It basically shows off the story and basically giving you that reason to fight for the tower, to fight back. And
You finally got to see a little
Yeah.
bit of where the speaker went because
Yeah.
it's been teased. We don't know where he's been.
he's somewhere. I won't tease it for you.
Go watch
but
it on the
he's- yeah,
trailer.
he's somewhere being. He's there.
He's being something.
He's being something somewhere with someone.
Wow, way to not give anything away, guys.
But no, I thought it looked really good. I'm excited. We're only 3 weeks maybe
3
away
weeks.
from. I mean, it's
Super
coming up.
exciting.
It kind of flew by. It's coming up quick.
Yeah, it's
I'm
awesome.
really excited for that game.
I
think
need a
we're all
game.
going to be able to jump into it and just play.
And just play. Yeah. Cool.
Last couple stories, just roll through them real quick. Future Dishonored games are going to feature different characters. We know that about Dishonored. I've yet to jump into any Dishonored game. Really they look fantastic. Just not jumped into them myself, but look forward to it. Recore, this was big news at Gamescom.
We already talked about this, though.
Recore's definitive edition is coming.
Can I do the last story?
And last but not least, the biggest
Well,
story
there's
of the
one more
week.
story too. The Mercy update.
Oh, yeah.
Do you
I
wanna talk
forgot about that.
You want to do that before the last story?
Mercy's getting an update.
In Overwatch, Mercy's getting an update. They're actually reworking her entire kit. There'll be a lot of changes. Jeff Kaplan went through.
Good guy. Which, by the way, he was one of the designers on Lich King, so I
Oh,
love it again.
you looked it up.
Yeah.
That's what
I
you were
thought
doing.
he was. But.
So, for you Overwatch players out there, Mercy, and those that aren't Overwatch players, Mercy she's a healer, and her biggest, appeal to having her on your team was the fact that she could resurrect everyone on the team if they were dead around you. What happened and
I played Mercy a lot.
You played Mercy a lot.
Yeah.
They're changing her entire kit because Blizzard they did not like the fact that a healer at some points of the game were running away and hiding around the corner and letting her whole team die and then jumping back and resurrecting.
Because it's full health. It's basically like a insta heal.
Insta heal, yeah. And they thought, well, having a healer just run away and not heal is not a kind of
Defeats the purpose of the game.
defeats what
healer,
they're
yeah.
trying to do. At the same time, they're like, we know that there are a lot of Mercy fans out there. It's okay. We're going to rework her, but we're going to try to keep her core element. It's important to us that we make sure you still like it.
Think
Yeah.
they'll change the ultimate?
They did. I know all about
Oh,
the
they
changes.
did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the ultimate's actually pretty cool. So she now has an extra ability, a single person resurrect. So it's a button. If you die, she can resurrect you. It's a long cooldown. So they got rid of resurrect as her ultimate.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's single person
It's
resurrection.
single person.
Okay.
So
What's
it's
the cooldown like?
I don't know.
30?
They didn't say
Oh,
what the
okay.
cooldown would be. They're going to be implementing these changes later. Also, her ultimate is what's called Valkyrie, and she can now straight up fly around the map. So she has, her wings.
Yeah.
She's now going to be using her wings. So her ultimate, she can fly anywhere. She
Interesting.
gets more powerful healing, more powerful
While she's in the air.
damage. And then her resurrect, it's faster on the cooldown.
Interesting.
So, but now she can fly anywhere she wants. It's not like Farah where she bounces, and jumps and floats and then she can just fly. And she can fly fast.
Well, that'll be fun.
And everything's on her.
When does this come?
Within the next couple of weeks, I believe. They're also changing Diva. They're reworking her kit a little bit. They're adding missiles to her. So Diva's going to they're going to rework her
her
matrix
suit?
a little bit because it's kind of overpowered and ruining the
You
game.
just hold the button down.
Yeah, you just sit there and win by pressing that trigger.
Every once in a while, you hit Y to nuke everybody.
But now she has a missile kit where she shoots missiles at people and she can shoot while she's flying at you,
oh, that's pretty
which
cool.
you couldn't
Yeah.
do before. So changes to
And
Overwatch.
then another Overwatch, May got her own cinematic.
Oh yeah, I watched it this
And
week.
it was really, it was good.
It was a little slow, but
It was 10 minutes.
it was 10 minutes of slowness. But you kind
But
of
it was good. It wasn't bad.
it wasn't like the Dragons where it's like intense and stuff. It's just May having
Fun.
coffee and watching
Snowball.
her family die. No,
And then
just kidding.
The biggest news story
Last
of
but
the
not
week,
least, yeah.
easily at Gamescom. We got pre-order dates, and pre-orders went out with a special edition of the Xbox One X known as, wait for it, Project Scorpio. That's right. They went
Edition.
out. It was the Project Scorpio edition. The three of us got the Project Scorpio edition. It comes with a little bit different front. It comes with a stand, which the standard edition will not come with.
Yeah, suck it.
As well as it says in green Project Scorpio on the box itself and then on the controller. A lot like the day one edition of the Xbox One. But bigger news than that is this was the fastest selling pre-order of any Xbox to date. Of any of Microsoft's Xbox consoles, this was the
Sold
fastest
out.
pre-order sell.
We had to go. We bought ours from literally three different locations.
We brought it from 3 different places.
It in the middle of going to cart, it sold out for you on Amazon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
We
got
went
it. I jumped on it.
Amazon. And then
And I was just about to do it, and I hit it, and it said sorry.
Sold out.
and
boom.
so we went to one
GameStop, and I got it, and then Mark
That
wanted
way-
to get
you
it.
got
and he
the
was
last
like,
one
and he
there.
was like, "I'm sorry."
All right, I'll go to another one. We'll drive 20 minutes away to another GameStop, and I got mine from the separate
yeah.
locations.
And
Now-
this was immediately after it was announced.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is yeah.
Now, guys, I want you to know that I have taken care of business, and I have that day off of work.
Very nice.
So I have a long 3-day weekend.
Yes.
Because I normally have Mondays off
Sure.
anyway. So I have a long 3-day weekend, so I can go pick it up at 12, open it up, play all night, not have to worry about
And
it.
go to town.
Yep.
Nice.
So the project. So what I find interesting in this, and I just like to make a quick little editorial comment here.
Okay,
is
I agree.
How surprised the mainstream gaming media is, and I don't know if mainstream, the big,
Even the guy at GameStop was like, "These ones are just selling."
yeah, even at GameStop.
I can't believe this.
And this is where I think, and this was our problem at E3. In fact, we had a lot of articles up on the blogs written by community members, our creative team, basically pointing out how biased a lot of these gaming news sites are, the big ones. Towards the Xbox, they were basically poo-pooing it. No one's gonna watch this. You didn't give me a reason
Did you
to
just
buy
say
it.
poo-pooing it?
Poo-pooing it.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's like
I don't know what that means.
Poo-poo. Like you look down on it, you put down your
I
stick
just
down.
Caca,
stick up
you
your-
mean.
I just
stick
thought
down-
it was
stick up
poop.
your- No.
PP in it.
But they really denigrated it. No one's gonna want this. Blah blah blah. And are some of their points valid? Yes, some of their points are valid. But the problem is it's so out of touch. Well, no one's gonna want this. Well, no one's gonna want the most powerful console machine, and that equivalent on a PC would cost close to $1,000 to put together because
According to sales, everybody wants it.
yeah. Because it's super customized hardware that went into this thing and is engineered into it. Then it comes out and all these news sites are so surprised at the success that it's had and just blown away. And it just shows to me a little bit. This is why we exist as a podcast, because we are not. While you might disagree with our opinion, we're not out of touch because we don't live in the bubble that these so-called news journalists live in the gaming media. And that's all that I had to say. Like, I just find it ironic that now they're so surprised that, oh, why is this? Look, it's sold out. It's the fastest that it's sold out. This is such a surprise. Well, of course people are going to want it. Why do you think PlayStation 4 did so well? Because it was a ballsy machine. People want the best.
People like balls.
People like it. Why do people buy a Lamborghini?
I read
because
a,
it's freaking awesome. That's why.
I read an interesting fact that I didn't realize when Microsoft came out. You know, they came out with the a lot of people call it the VCR, but the
Sure.
original Xbox One.
Yeah. The original Xbox One, the one I have right here, that one.
No, the Xbox One.
Oh, Xbox One.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
The
Just when
Xbox
you
One
say Xbox
that
One,
first
I was
came
like, that
out.
guy right there.
No,
Yeah.
the Xbox One that first came out because it was bigger. It was a little less powerful than
Sure.
the PlayStation 4. So the PlayStation 4 was a little bit more powerful and smaller. Fascinating fact: the Xbox One X is more powerful and smaller than the smallest PlayStation 4.
Yeah, very
So it's
interesting.
just funny that they
kind of,
flopped.
flip
And what's really
that.
exciting is Sony's going to do something, and then Microsoft's going to come. It's exciting. It's exciting times.
No, and I get what. Hey, you're funny, Chad. Yeah.
Hey, but another exciting thing about the Xbox One X is they announced 100 games that will be enhanced, games that are coming out, games that are already out.
Yeah.
With more to come. One of my favorites, and I actually wanted to talk to you guys about this because I will admit a good handful of these. Some of them are doing some cool stuff, right?
Sure.
A good handful of these though are just bumping the resolution
Sure.
to 4K, which I'm excited for the 4K. I know I've said before that 4K is not my favorite thing, and it's still not top list. But I'm buying a TV and the HDR and the 4K, and I'm getting into it, and I'm excited
Yeah.
for it, right?
Yeah.
But I would rather, and this is what I like. There's Rise of the Tomb Raider is doing an enhanced version, and they have 3 different graphical settings that you can have. Right? They have a fidelity or a resolution, which will just crank it up to native 4K or 4K and let you go to town.
Uh-huh.
They have a frame rate, which will bump it up. They said most of the game will be playable in 60 frames.
Sure.
And then they had what they call it, like a beauty one, which it'll lower the frame rate to 30, but it'll like bump the graphics up to look
I watched
amazing,
the YouTube
right?
video on this, and it looks fantastic.
See, and what I'm leaning towards right now is the frame rate one's pretty cool because 60 frames is awesome. But I'm leaning towards like the beauty. I'd rather play it in a little lower resolution, 30 frames,
I don't know.
and like all this new lush, beautiful, great. That's because I don't know.
Here's the thing.
My question is, what do you prefer?
What would I go with?
Yeah,
I would go in Tomb Raider. I would go with 60 frames a second, just because of my experience with Wolfenstein and Doom. 60 frames per second.
But Tomb Raider's third person.
Yeah, I know, but you're
60
still
frames is
it's still an action first person shooter, and there's
third
just
person.
Well, it's still an action shooter. It's third person in Tomb Raider, but there's just
No,
something.
it's third person, David. That's what he's trying to say.
No, but there's just something. It's so smooth. It really does enhance your experience in fighting games. Even in Forza 6 is 60 frames a second. Forza Horizon 3 is not. Forza 6, it's just so smooth. It really does. That frame rate makes a difference to me. I think I would bump up the frame rate. You would do the the beauty though.
See, that's the question though. I'm okay with frame rate, and honestly, I'm okay with.
Can you not do all 3 in
No,
this
they have
way?
different modes.
Sure.
Yeah, because it's got. Like anything else, it does have its limitations,
Yeah.
right? But my thing is my question is would you have the developers like just push for native 4K? Or would you rather have them maybe lower that back down to 1080 and do some other stuff? Because personally, I would, even though I am buying a 4K TV,
Yeah,
and
the 4K doesn't
I'm
matter
excited
to
for
me.
the 4K and the
Sure.
HDR.
4K
I'm more
does-
excited for HDR.
4K
but
doesn't matter to
I
me.
would rather them tone down. I'm fine with 1080 and then doing some other stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I agree with that.
So I'm just.
McSpicy.
Are you disappointed that a lot of these are just?
I think.
You know.
Well, I think that 60 frames per second should be. It shouldn't be relied on the hardware. I think games can be optimized enough to get that. I think. I've said this before. I think greater hardware has allowed developers to get a little bit lazy.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think that another bump makes them get, allows more room to just be, don't optimize it as much. It's okay. So I think 60 frames per second, at least that should be always a given. So I'm going to remove that from the table. I don't know. I like textures. I think
You're with Jordan.
Yeah, I think 4K is great.
The textures would only look better in 4K.
4K
right?
I don't care about because you're still getting HD. It ultimately doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think
it's nominal.
the
at that point.
interior, the guts.
'Cause
That's
they're
where
saying-
that's where
I forget
the
what-
HDR. That's where
I
it'll
like
shine.
I like HDR. Like I would pick HDR over 4K, even though 4K has its place. I would pick HDR over 4K, and like they said, you'd see the lush. It'd be
The lushness.
It would be better. There'd be more stuff. Everything would be cranked to 10. You know what I mean? So, but on that note, I really like what Rise of the Tomb Raider does. I was really impressed with Crystal Dynamics saying,
Agreed.
hey, the people that want high frame rates, play it with high frame rates. The people that want it to look the best it can, play with that. The people that want 4K, I like the options, and I hope more games give you those options. Because just like the PC.
Yeah.
On the PC, I can choose where I want my graphic. You know what I mean? Yeah.
How you want to play it.
I really like that they did that, and I honestly do hope more games give you those like different options.
Yeah, I
you know?
completely agree. In chat, there's a debate going on or a question, not a debate, but questions. Who's getting it? Who's not? People are saying, "Oh, I'm not getting it. I'm going to stick with my Xbox One S, etc." Who should get the Xbox One X? Or Project Scorpio pre-order, Mr. McSpicy. Tell
This is gonna be stupid. Those who want it.
those who want it. I really think it's going to be your diehard.
I don't know.
And I think that it's working out perfectly, and you can see it in chat. You have people who did buy it, and everyone else is like, "I'll just get a 1S. I'm happy with the 1S. It has everything that I need," and that is exactly the model. And it's only going to make all consoles going to this because PlayStation's going to it too. It'll get it in the hands of more consumers because you can now choose the console you want. If you want the top line, it's there. If you want something in the middle that is decent enough for what you want, it still plays all the games, it still does everything you need it to do, then it's there, and you just have more options. And I think this is only good for gaming. Super exciting times. Super exciting time to be a gamer.
Agreed.
Agreed. Let's get into our discussion segment. This is where we take questions from the community. If you want to submit a question every week over on Facebook, you can do so.
All right.
John Slayton writes in, and he asks, with the One X now pre-ordered and new games coming and over 120 getting the enhancement update, what current game that is out, excluding The Witcher, he says you can't use The Witcher, are you most amped?
Well, you only get the Witcher's
Well,
hair,
the thing
Geralt's
is-
hair,
is-
because that was the.
Dude, remember when they showed off the demo of like the NVIDIA hair technology?
Yeah.
And they showed like the bear.
Well,
and you're like, whoa.
Well, you flip that switch in the settings on the PC,
Yeah.
and it would crash people's.
you,
PCs.
you would hear the
need
PC
to
like
have, like,
rev up.
Two 1080 Titans just just going at it.
Is The Witcher actually getting a 1X enhancement?
I don't know,
I
but
didn't
excluding The Witcher, which one are you most amped to get back into? He says for him, Rise of the Tomb Raider and Quantum Break with the enhancement
Quantum Break's gonna
are
be a
games
good
that he
one.
wants to get back into. What about Jordan? What game would you
So
are you most excited
I would have
for?
to agree with him on Quantum Break because when I was playing Quantum Break, good game, there was some resolution issues. It felt like it got blurry at some time. You know what I mean? You can feel the resolution, and I think they were using the dynamic resolution.
Sure.
But on the 1X, having that more power, you can get
Sure.
a more stable resolution. That's a good choice. But like I said, I think I'm going to have to jump into my first game. Will probably be loading up Rise of the Tomb Raider and downloading that patch to play with those 3 different settings that they have. I've yet to beat that game.
Sure.
And I'm going to wait until the 1X and beat it on the 1X and just start a new game, maybe on hard mode. I haven't decided yet. And just beat it on those 3 graphical settings because you can change them instantaneously through the game.
Yeah.
So
So
I think that's
where
the
you're
first
at.
game I'm going to load up, with the exception of the one we're not allowed to
Sure.
change.
How about
So-
you, Mr. McSpicy? What
With the exception of the one you're not allowed to do.
what current game?
Current game, so I can't do a game that's coming out.
Well, you can do a game that's coming out, but what game?
okay.
What game do you want to see enhanced that you're most excited to jump
I'll
back
do
into?
two. I'll
and
do two.
And experience enhanced.
I'll do 2.
Okay.
The game I want that's not released yet is Black Desert Online.
Oh, that one's going to be what? How?
Cannot wait.
I
feel like-
want to know how they're going to do that because if it's going to be a straight port from the PC, that's great. I'm excited. Awesome. But will they? Can they? Do they
That's
want
the
to?
prettiest MMO I've ever seen.
Well,
Well, no. I mean not graphic wise, but just feature wise.
Well, here's the thing.
True, yeah.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Functionality-wise, I think this is the easiest MMO to do it to because the way that the battle works.
Oh, yeah, the combat
is
easy,
basically
yeah.
a control.
Now the
combat
menu
system.
system I feel was a little clunky on the PC, so moving that to a controller might be
So
difficult.
if it's still clunky on the controller, it's
Yeah, it's the
same
same
as
thing.
It is on,
Yeah,
as
it's
it
the
is
same
on the PC. So
experience.
who cares there?
Yeah.
But the thing is, this thing's going to put the console through its test because you know how many AFK hours the console's going to be cranking that game. I mean, it's going to put you that 10-year thing
Yeah,
to the
well,
test.
I wonder how it's am I going to have to
Because
turn on the
isn't the hardware of the Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo theoretically supposed to
instant on?
It's supposed to be able to run 10 years straight with no problem. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah,
they're
yeah.
made that way, right? That's the kind of one
We're
of their
gonna
things.
put it to the
So,
test.
that's what I'm saying. This game's gonna put it to the test.
Well, see, I wonder how like AFK fishing is going to go because you can literally on your computer have it take 5% of your computer's resources or less to have that game running in the bottom corner. They have like an AFK mode for fishing.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I wonder how that's going
AFK
to
is
work
for
for
everything.
I wonder how that's going to work for.
That
So Black
game-
Desert Online. Okay, what game are you looking to jump back into that was going to be enhanced because it's enhanced?
Okay, so this one's going to sound stupid.
Sure.
Elite Dangerous is on the list.
That
Hyperspace is
no,
gonna
that's
look
not stupid
like-
to me. That game
Because
already.
hyperspace.
No,
man.
no, that game already is really pretty.
Yeah, it is.
You enhance that, and you turn that to
the
60
monitor you're looking at, it's going to be great.
Well, no, but in all seriousness, you make that a 60 frames per second game
Yeah.
too, and
Yeah.
that's where that will shine
yeah.
for sure. Oh man, what a good game for me! Diablo 3 is getting the enhanced.
Yeah.
It does not look anywhere close in its current form, anywhere close, particularly the textures
Yeah.
to what the PC looks like. And so to bring it up, if you could bring it up to what the PC version looks like, that game will just be enhanced.
Yeah.
It'll be enhanced, literally
Yeah.
enhanced in my life.
They'll enhance it.
Enhanced.
That's the plan.
Anyways, great question. That was from John Slayton. Thank you so much. Ross Mitchell, a.k.a. Mitchell1888, writes in and says, do you think that Microsoft will be successful in their talks with Sony over crossplay? And if so, what games will benefit the most from it?
Honestly, I'm going to say it, and no one's going to like it. I don't think Sony will do it until Microsoft overtakes them.
Okay.
That's
Because
my opinion. I think they're on, and
That's
I think it's
valid.
a smart move for them. You know, they're protecting their product. They're on top right now. You know, put it this way: as Sony, you're thinking about buying.
The only reason they would do it is to keep their image.
Yeah,
Great.
You're Sony right now, and this is just me.
It was
thinking.
actually-
I have no problem with Sony, but I mean, you're Sony right now. You're thinking, okay, this guy has a PlayStation. His friend's thinking about buying one or an Xbox. If we give him the option to, he can buy an Xbox and still play with his friend. We want, you know what I mean? It's that you want to keep them. I think for them, until Microsoft overtakes them, if they even do this generation, right? I don't know, right? I think they won't do it until they get overtaken, get kind of knocked out of that first place sales position. So
Yeah,
that's just me. That's just me. And I don't blame them for doing that. I got nothing against Sony. I like my PlayStation. You know,
I
that's
actually.
just what I think.
This was really smart by Xbox actually to make the other guy look bad.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah,
exactly
it's
what
cool.
it's a great marketing move.
It's really like, yeah, we'll do it. Go your move.
Balls in your court, buddy.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Sony has. I mean, you would do it to keep your image great. The reason you wouldn't do it is what you would say, plus the security of your console and your ecosystem.
Sure.
But
And Sony's security isn't up to. I mean,
They
they've
got
had
hacked-
some problems.
They got hacked again this
when
week.
the government of Japan shuts you down for a few weeks until you get your problem fixed.
I mean, how many people?
You remember that with the
Yeah.
PlayStation, that hack? That was awful.
Well, that was it
bad.
happened Call of Duty weekend, didn't it? Like for weeks at a time too. There were people that couldn't play Call of Duty for like a month.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. Yeah.
Anyways,
But
so
the thing that
I
makes it hard for the security thing is when the most, I don't know, because I feel like Nintendo is the more secure, family friendly. They worry about that kind of stuff,
and they're open to
doing
crossplay,
it. Yeah.
i.e. Minecraft.
You know what I mean? And they're doing it.
Okay,
So that's
yeah.
when it gets like, it's like, well, you got the mom that bakes you cookies and never does anything wrong doing it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like it's, I don't know. It's
I think eventually it's going to happen. I think it's inevitable. I think games that will primarily do it. I think Mitchell mentioned he thinks Rocket League would be great on it. I mean,
they're ready to go. They've
that's a
said it
given.
multiple
Rocket League has
times.
said it's
Yeah.
ready, it's ready to go.
They just
I
have
think,
to flip that switch.
I think
Yeah,
I think
that's literally what they said.
I think any sports game and any shooter game, third party will do it. Cross console specifically. Like imagine if you could play, for instance, games that don't matter whether you're on a PC or a console, Madden, FIFA.
Yeah.
Because they're playing on controllers anyways.
Yeah.
On the PC, on the console. If you could play on PlayStation, you can play on Xbox. Now looking for a match is all. You're always gonna be able to find a match. You're always gonna have you're not gonna have ranking issues. You're gonna have the best of both worlds. I think it's inevitable when they do it. I think Jordan's probably right. Are probably eventually going to be forced to do it, but not until Microsoft starts matching them in sales, because they have to have their hand forced.
Because I think, I don't know the difference between them right now. I know Sony's ahead by, I don't know what the margin is. I know it's a good margin, but Xbox is catching, slowly gaining its ground. So
Yeah, chat. Soggy Bottom Boy says Sony won't. Second best reason to buy Sony after his exclusives is its player base. Dayla says he thinks Sony will cave for Minecraft.
Oh, maybe do it on a game by game basis.
Yeah, do it. For
That might be
specific
smart.
games
Yeah,
because Minecraft.
and then
is-
you can say, "Hey, we do it."
Minecraft.
Well,
is-
how else would you do it? Like, would you just open the floodgates?
Yeah, that's essentially what
any
Microsoft said. They
developer
said,
that
"Hey,
wants to cross
if
the-
you want to crossplay, do it."
Oh, okay.
But
Whereas
Microsoft,
Sony's saying, "Hey, only Minecraft."
see, Microsoft has more of a benefit
because of PC.
because of PC.
Yeah.
They want you to buy their their operating system on a PC. The Xbox app is going to be built
It's
into
gonna
that
be
where you play your
interesting.
games. Anyways, great question, Ross Mitchell. Thank you for writing that in. Kenny Allison writes in, and this question is from Mr. McSpicy. Here we go.
Oh, for me.
You knew this was coming.
Oh no. I knew this was coming because of all the tweets I got.
This is Kenny Allison, a.k.a. Foo Cuddly Poof. Now that Brink is free, because Brink is free now to play on the PC. Now that Brink is free, how much time do you all, especially Mr. McSpicy, how much time do you think you will spend in Brink? Foo Cuddly Poof. Mr. McSpicy, you think you'll jump back in and just give it a shot? See, maybe they've
I'm actually
improved it,
super
maybe they
surprised
fixed
that
it.
Bethesda even still supports the game. I honestly you.
Well, the
give 'em
servers
credit
never
for not,
worked.
yeah, give them credit for not giving up. But I mean, that's
The servers never worked.
Are you ready for this?
So I guess it doesn't matter.
I think I'll eventually jump in to try it out and see what all the hubbub is about.
Oh my gosh.
But Mr. McSpicy, will you? I think you should, and I think you should record it and share it on YouTube.
So stupid.
Mr. McSpicy goes back.
So in this article I'm
Goes
reading
back
it's
to
pretty
Brink.
funny. It's pretty
Changes his mind on Brink, one of the best games of our time.
I have to laugh at this article because they talk about Brink being free to play. It said, and it's pretty clear now that Brink was ahead of its time, attempting both class-based and high-mobility shooters well before Overwatch and Titanfall. The problem with that statement is it didn't work, and that you're not ahead of your time. Well, I mean, I guess you could be, but it's got to work. You know what I mean? I can't just go out and say I invented the whatever that's ahead of its time, but it doesn't work.
Well, that's like,
you know what I mean?
That's like,
it's just,
that's like me saying I've invented a vehicle that could get us to bars in 10 minutes.
yeah,
You're ahead of
you're
your
ahead
time.
of your
Ahead of my
time.
time right here. Because my car, I have this little
I mean-
doodad I put on my car. It doesn't work. It doesn't work currently, but I'm figuring it
Yeah,
out.
I mean, I guess it was ahead of its time, but it didn't work. So you're not,
The idea was ahead of its time, maybe.
there you go. That's a better way to say it. Yeah.
Great question. So
Stupid question.
The answer is no. Mr. McSpicy won't be in. Jordan, you think he'll jump into it?
I'm just impressed that they're still supporting.
I
It.
was saying
I
that
don't
there's a
know that.
What if they've fixed everything and it's this secret gem that we just don't know about?
they had Todd Howard go across the street to this day. He just worked on it for a while. I
He's
don't
like,
know
all right,
what they
guys,
did.
let's fix
You know,
this.
okay. M is the map key, but
Anyways, good question. Thank you, Fufu Cuddly Poo, for writing that in. Mark Blanchard, last but not least. I'll combine these questions. This is Mark Blanchard and Jay Waterman. It all has to do with podcasts. He says, Mark Blanchard says, I have a question here. Is there a way to listen to podcasts and play games on the Xbox One at the same time? There sure is. SoundCloud is on the Xbox One. You can listen to our podcast as well as many other podcasts that are on SoundCloud while gaming. Also, Spotify is there, and I know there's podcasts on Spotify. We're not there yet, but eventually we will be. If we get approved, we've applied.
This is old school, but you can also download it on your phone and press play and play the game.
This
too.
is true.
I mean,
This is true.
That's what I used to do.
why would you do that?
Yeah, what?
What are you, a caveman
What is
using
this?
two devices?
I'm just saying.
You're using two
uncivilized.
devices. Yeah.
Just saying. I mean,
Two devices. Do you hear
Nintendo
what
asked me to use 5 devices
you
to play
hear
with
what
my
you're
friends.
saying?
Just to chat.
Okay?
6 different devices just to chat.
I mean, 2 is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jay Waterman wants to know, going off of that, what podcast do you all listen to? Mr. McSpicy, what podcast do the podcasters, the XoneBros, what are your go-to podcasts? Mr. McSpicy, go ahead.
So back in the day, I used to listen to Twit a lot. This Week in Tech.
You introduced me to Twit. It is
Yeah.
on my rotating library.
Yeah. However, the last long time,
Sure.
I'm just doing straight up audiobooks. So I don't
You're
listen.
an audiobook guy now.
I've turned that key, gone down that hallway.
Very nice.
Yeah,
very
so
nice.
I love my books. I
Love
love
your audiobooks.
because I do a lot of work where I have to be by myself
Sure.
and with my own thoughts, and my own thoughts are crazy.
They scare you.
They scare the bejeebers out of me. So I throw on an audiobook, and while I work, it's like I'm watching a movie.
Less scary, an autobiography of Ted Bundy that you listen
Yeah,
to.
it's, yeah. Thanks. I saw what you did there. No, I love audiobooks, and I burn through like a book and a half a week. I think doing it that way. So I don't know.
Oh, very nice.
That's
So you're an audiobook guy.
yeah, and
There you go.
I don't.
Is there an app that you use, or you just download them from
There's
the internet?
Audible, and then also use. There's an app. It's called Beyond. No, wait, what do I use? I use another app that lets you add from SD cards, and this is going to sound stupid. Actually, I'll just say go to YouTube because YouTube has
A lot of them.
a lot
They
of.
have a great audiobook selection.
They have a great
It's
audiobook
probably not
library.
legal.
Yeah.
It's probably not legal because every week they're taken down, but every week they're put back up.
There's a streamer on Mixer that reads books.
Yeah, it was a girl, right?
Yeah.
I've watched her. She reads classics, so they're not like copyrighted
Sure.
or anything like that.
Yeah.
She
beats the system, man.
Yeah, I know.
So tune into her.
I'm not
She'll-
saying go to YouTube and listen to audiobooks for free, but I'm saying I've
The
I've
tool
done
is
it.
available.
the tool of the trade.
I mean, I like that place too because it remembers your position. Now,
Jordan, how about you? Podcasts that you listen to?
Actually, so I listen to audiobooks like Mark.
Sure.
And actually, funny enough, every week I listen to a Civilization 6 podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why I know so much
what's
about
it called?
Civilization. Actually, here, let me get it for you.
Civilization 6 specific podcast? That's awesome.
Well, it's a Civilization podcast, but they're obviously focused on 6 right now.
That's so random to me.
Yeah,
that
I
you're
just
listening to that.
it's a
It's
good
probably
podcast.
just a history, because that's all it is.
It's like a PBS.
Godly.
It's like a PBS.
Was a great.
It's like a PBS Ken Burns.
PBS Kemper. They just put Civilization 6 over the top of a history channel.
No, it doesn't even say Civilization. Jordan just thinks it's Civilization.
No, it's a
It's like
Civilization.
the history of archery.
The history of archery.
Genghis Khan. We learned about Genghis Khan this week.
He's like, oh, this is a great Civilization podcast.
Yeah.
Here, I'll pull it up and find it for you. I got to get to my podcast app that I have no idea where I put it on my phone.
So okay, I'll go to mine. Go-to ones that I listen to
Here, I'll just pull it up
quite frequently. I have my sports ones. I listen to Rich Eisen's NFL podcast. I listen to Dan Patrick's podcast. Dan Patrick's podcast. He's a sports podcaster. I mean, it's a podcast. It's a radio show, but these are both on podcast. Dan Patrick, hit or miss for me. Sometimes I stay with him really hard because he has great sports analysis interviews, top notch. But sometimes he gets a little bit too Hollywood for me. He's always in movies and stuff and always talking about it. So sometimes, I do Dan Patrick. I do Rich Eisen, the NFL. I have a USC podcast called the Peristyle Podcast. Shout out to the Peristyle Podcast out there. Fight on, baby. USC #1. Here we go.
Okay.
I listen to that every week. And then I like finding new podcasts. A bunch of people in the community are doing podcasts. I've been listening to them. Risky Radio. This is pretty good. Just a bunch of guys sitting down around the campfire, talking, making jokes.
Nice. You are our of all of us here. David listens to the most podcasts.
I do, and I have a rotating. I try them out. I take them off. I put them back on. I try them. I'm driving, and at work all day. I listen to podcasts. Toast. What is there? 16 ounce gaming has the same thing. Sitting around a campfire talking about gaming with a Scottish accent and swearing at people. It's a good time. Go check all those out. If anybody has a podcast or is creating a podcast, send it my way. I love listening to podcasts. It's what I do. I can't do audiobooks. And I don't know what the difference is. Like I can be multitasking
because you're mentally healthy.
Yeah.
Like we got to keep my thoughts constrained.
No, but I can. For instance, like I was listening to 16 Ounce Gaming podcast the other day while I'm doing NCAA regulations, and I can do both. Both require focus because for some reason listening to 16 Ounce Gaming podcast is like a conversation, and it's like I'm a part of the conversation, and I'm still able to do my work. But when I listen to an audiobook, I can't. For some reason, I can't focus. Like I can't hear the words and picture what's happening in my mind.
I have that happen, and what I do is I actually hit pause when I do the stuff that requires brain power.
Sure.
And then when that percentage of my CPU of my brain goes
yeah.
down, then I'll press play again and then do the stuff that doesn't require.
See, I
so
don't
much
like
thinking.
turning things on. So that you're probably right. That's just not possible
You can unplug your. Oh, are you listening to do it on your phone or the computer?
on the computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Yeah. So there you go. There's
It's
my
called
list of
Civcast
podcasts.
is
All
what I
really good.
listen to.
I like listening.
Just so you know.
I like listening to. I'm a huge. There's two different styles of podcasts. There's the story, like the serial type of podcasts that are really big now, and then there's this type of podcast, the conversationalist type. I am a big fan of the conversationalist type. Like that is my number one. I think the hardest thing to do is there's a couple podcasts that I listen to where it's only one person speaking to you. And those people are incredibly talented because they have to try to make you feel engaged, and they're all by themselves. It's much easier in this forum to do it, but I like it because it makes me feel like I'm a part of the conversation. So
Okay. Fair enough.
there you go. Audiobooks.
Hybrid.
Hybrid. What Civcast.
Civcast is what it's called.
Civcast,
Yeah,
go
listen.
check it out. And I have a buttload.
A buttload.
Quite literally, big buttload.
Quite literally. Go check them all out. They're all fantastic. Anyways, great question. Kind of what do the bros listen to?
Yeah. There it is.
What TV shows are we watching? Anything?
Oh, so I'm just
Anything good?
finishing up a show called Revenge.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
I have 4 days to finish it before Netflix kicks it off. 3 days now. And I have like 10 episodes left, so I'm trying to burn through that. It's really good. It's basically a modern-day version of Count of Monte Cristo.
Very nice.
It's a good show. I'm excited to get into other things like the animes Attack on Titan you want me to watch. I would like to watch that.
So good.
I actually have never finished Breaking
Your impression
Bad.
of Aaron is spot on, man.
My impression of Aaron. Oh yeah.
I haven't-
E-R-E-N.
Once you get to Attack on Titan, I'll tell you my point of view on Aaron.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we'll go from there.
And then I, Breaking Bad's probably one of the greatest shows ever, and I still haven't finished it.
Oh, okay.
I'm crazy. I will not watch the last episode of season or of a show because then it means it's over, and I don't want it to end. And I
always come back to them. I'm on like a rotating schedule, and you've got to make it into my rotation. Like I have shows I watch, and about every year and a half, I come back to that show, or 2 years.
Do you rewatch them though?
And I rewatch them.
You rewatch it from the
But
beginning?
I don't have. I'll tell you what. I don't have any hour-long shows. Those are all 30-minute sitcoms.
Yeah, sitcoms. Yeah, sitcoms are easy to kind of go back to.
Yeah.
Me and my wife are watching. Speaking about long shows, me and my wife are watching again Sherlock.
Sure.
Those are long episodes.
Oh, they're movie. They're
the
movie.
BBCs.
Yeah, that's
the
why they're
BBC
only,
one. It's like
they're
an
only-
hour and 30 minutes every time.
Well, the latest season. Have you seen the latest season?
That's what we're on right now.
The latest season is extra long.
Oh, it's like you watch a movie every episode. Wow. Anyways, yeah. What, are we talking about more
Oh,
stuff? we watch?
I do the rotation. In my rotation, Everybody Loves Raymond is there. Home Improvement is there. Last Man Standing. Tim Allen is hilarious. That just made it into my rotation.
I've heard that show is pretty
The
funny.
Goldbergs is in there.
hilarious.
Modern Families is in there. Cheers and Frasier. Frasier is my all-time favorite. He is hilarious in my opinion. And that is basically.
Seinfeld.
Oh, and The Big Bang Theory and Seinfeld is
Which
one
I
of
have
my
your
favorites as
Seinfelds.
well. That's why I forgot about that one. So that is 9 shows in my rotation, and I just one right after the other. Interesting enough, right now I'm on Cheers. And my wife hates this because I go Cheers. Cheers is 9 seasons. I go Cheers, and then I go Frasier, which Frasier is a character in Cheers,
Yeah.
but then takes off
Yeah.
with his own spinoff, and it's 20 seasons of Frasier. It's great. But my wife hates it. So I do a rotation, but I just got done with Attack on Titan, so I'm starting to get into the anime scene. It's great. It's a little bit weird. I need to take a little step back after Attack on Titan.
If I were to describe an anime, that would be the perfect description. It's a little bit
It's a
weird.
little bit weird, but it's
But you
so
like it.
freaking entertaining, man. It's so entertaining.
That's funny.
Oh yes, that means it's time to talk about what we've been up to and what we've been playing. Let's start with Mr. McSpicy. What were you up to this week? What did you get a chance to play?
I played Fortnite to do the daily stuff, get XP. What just happened?
Nothing.
Did you spill on my?
I dropped an ice cube.
Oh. How did you drop an ice
I
cube?
opened it up to chew a piece of ice and it just popped out.
So it's empty.
It's empty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just don't spill in my room, jerk. Okay, so what was I talking about?
What'd you
Well,
play?
I played Fortnite, just did the dailies, played
Yeah.
some back into poker again.
Oh yeah.
But
Are you still ranked super high in poker?
the season reset.
Okay.
Which, by the way, we never talked about this, but Prominence Poker now added loot crates.
Oh, you like that? Don't like it? It's a nice addition.
Yeah.
You know,
Everybody's doing it.
Yeah. Well, you get them just by playing, so whatever. I guess you
What
can
type
buy
of
'em
stuff do
too.
you get? Like the items, the
Chips.
sunglasses? Oh, you just.
I've
get
only
chips?
gotten chips from
Okay.
it so far. So
Can you get items though? Is that a thing?
probably.
I would imagine it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
I don't
not?
know. Another game with loot crates. That's it right now. But I mainly focused I did play Overwatch some more. Because I get the itch, and I itched myself with Overwatch.
Yes. Very nice.
But yeah, I mainly focused on Hearthstone.
Very nice. Who's your favorite character at the moment to play in Overwatch?
In Overwatch, Winston is one of my favorites because he just pisses off the back line. He's
Sure.
so great.
And that's who that's current,
Yeah,
your current favorite.
Yeah, so Winston is he jumps in, jumps out character, and he can he's really mean against squishies, just like your support characters, your light DPS, your glass cannons kind of a thing. But yeah, I really like him. Although not McCree, Reaper, he's his counter basically.
Sure.
He's really popular right now, so it's a lot harder to play as Winston. But he's one of my favorite. I like characters that piss people off. It's fun. It's
I can see
satisfying.
That fits with your
It
personality.
really is. It's just like I'd be pissed.
Jordan, how about you? What did you get a chance to play? What did you jump into this week?
So I played Battlefield 1,
Yes.
which
as did I.
Just
with
having
you.
a lot of fun with that game.
You sucked me back in, Mr.
a fun
McSpicy.
game.
Did you play that this week?
No,
I know you
'cause-
downloaded it when we were.
Yeah, I had to download it.
Let's play that this weekend.
That's a big game.
It is a big guy. That's a big guy.
That's a BFG.
And you forgot to announce because you wanted that, you did the math in your head, and you jumped in and are now a proud member of EA Access.
I mean, I had EA Access monthly because I kept forgetting to cancel.
$5, yeah.
Yeah, and in the course of 4 months, I had already purchased
The
a year.
1 year pass.
So I just got a year. So yeah, I'm an official.
called
full-
it good.
That's so the monthly thing's part time. I'm now full time, EA Access member.
EA Access.
So yeah, so I got that.
We should play Battlefield 1.
I want to.
weekend.
That game's way fun.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Now that I
So
have
fun.
it download, I can actually play with
Yeah.
you guys and
Join
not
it-
ruin
and
your
the new
not you ruin your Let's Play recording by me talking about it downloading in the background throughout the whole match.
Yes.
the new maps are really good.
They're
and it's
very
really
good.
unfortunate that you have to pay for them still. I think their weekend thing is over. Where
Yeah.
like premium, so we got to go play the old map. The old maps are fun too, but the new ones were just.
So do we
they
not
were-
own the new maps?
I do. Premium is a profile by profile.
So I have to buy the premium.
yeah.
I think I would purchase it just for the
Well, now
old,
you have EA Access, it's only going to cost you like $10-15. I
the
think.
old,
Yeah, 'cause
the
it's
the
on
new
sale.
maps, the night maps. When I was playing it,
See, I didn't like the night maps.
See, I love
but
the
the
night
new, like I think
like that
Rupture is
Fre-
my favorite.
like
the
that
new
Fre-
maps.
that French town that you're in, that's all demolished. I guess it's not at night; it's at dusk.
yeah.
So much fun. Those maps are so well balanced. They've
Yeah,
gotten back to balanced
Well, and it's-
maps.
it's
I
like
mean, I
a-
think all the Battlefield 1 maps are fairly well balanced.
In some of the in a lot, well, pretty much the theme of those maps. I mean, it's very like trench warfare.
Trench warfare, very
You
lame.
toss a
that
grenade.
makes sense.
You toss a grenade, and there's like 10 deaths.
Yeah, it's great.
And you're like, whoa! And then you see them flying. You know, and you're,
great.
yeah. It's pretty. I just think the new map designs that were really well done. They had their top people on these ones.
They're top
and then
guys.
the new maps that are coming out for the In the Name of the SAR pack are
Yeah.
all snow maps, and they're big and wide and spread. I mean, those ones look good too. I just think the maps are getting better. I really do think it's a shame that. I mean, a lot of games are getting away from the map packs, and I wish Battlefield would, just so we can all play together and
I'll
have
tell
a
you what,
bigger
though.
community in the new maps.
I'll tell you
they're,
what.
But they're good.
Where
you know?
Titanfall 2 gave them all away for free. Everything was free, and Titanfall 2 is my favorite first-person shooter game, multiplayer game at the moment. Battlefield 1 is a close second, and I will pay for those maps. It's that good.
Yeah, just get premium. That's basically how you do it.
There you go.
Okay, fair enough.
What else?
premium
What else
thing.
did you play?
I then played The Witcher,
All right.
and that was about
That's it.
And there was this actually fun Witcher quest where I had to get hammered, drunk, to lure out the monster because it was. Let me tell you about it. It was a vampire. It was a certain type of vampire. But this vampire was interesting. Even Geralt said, "This is interesting." This vampire only liked drinking the blood of drunk people.
Of alcoholics.
Yeah.
So it's a
So
vampire.
so for some reason,
vampire's an
you're-
alcoholic.
The guards are walking around town. They're like, "Why aren't we arresting the alcoholics? They're all dying, right?" And Geralt's like, "I'll figure it out." And anyway, he figures it out, and I beat that vampire up. But yeah, he liked the. It was pretty funny. It's like Grand Theft Auto. You walk out of the bar, and like the camera's all swaying
Yeah,
everywhere, and you're
yeah.
like trying to find this monster while you're walking drunk down the street. It was actually a pretty fun quest or Witcher contract. And then I'm getting Witcher gear and getting ready to finish the 2 expansions. But I'm just having a lot of fun just roaming the world. I'm in the original map, right?
Yeah.
Roaming the world, so not in Tucson where the new expansion takes place. I'm just roaming the world, doing basically just kind of catching up. Not necessarily 100% in the game, but trying to get all the little stuff, and complete the maps as much as I can. It's a good that game. It's one of the best RPGs I've ever played. It really is. I mean,
I think very few people would disagree with you.
It's hard to.
It's hard to. Absolutely. I myself played obviously a lot of Forza Horizon. Let me tell you what I'm getting into, and I have an announcement to make about next month's community play. It's going to be Forza Horizon Adventure Mode, because let me tell you, racing against other humanoids is so much fun. And racing against them...
Humanoids?
Yeah, and racing against them on Hot Wheels tracks is
That's
even funner.
That's
It is
hilarious.
so much fun.
You're all doing the flip together.
Oh, you're doing
Go through the boosters.
You're doing loop-de-loops. You're going through the boosters. You're pushing people off the track. Oh,
Doesn't it
into
have the
water.
little bumpers?
Oh, yeah, but
they don't.
Those-
Just like real Hot Wheels, they don't always work.
those don't always work. When you're going too fast, you just fly right off the track.
Have you driven the Regalia?
Yeah, of course I've driven. I've souped up my Regalia is an S2.
Oh.
Don't insult
Oh
me
my
by
God.
don't insult me by
That-
asking me if I've driven that thing.
That thing's a tank, man.
Dude,
So I don't know
it's
how
like
you got to do an
driving-
S2.
It's like driving an armored limo.
That's
the best way.
Honestly, that's exactly what
Yeah.
it is. when you play Final Fantasy, you'll understand.
It
It's an armored limo.
I know, you can't turn. You just hold the trigger down.
It handles pretty well. I enjoy.
Well, it carries the crown prince.
I enjoy
of
the regalia.
Insomnia.
No, but I've been doing so. Next month, the community play. It's the third Saturday of every month. That's Saturday, September 16th. It's Forza Horizon 3. Don't forget, also, guys, we have fantasy football this weekend. So everybody that has signed up, sign-ups are closed now. Everybody that's signed up, you've been sent an email. Make sure you respond to
by
that
the way,
email and sign
what
up.
time is that at?
It is at like 11 our time. If you're
In the morning?
In the morning, yeah. If you can't,
I should be able to swim
if you
that.
can't make it live, just make sure you go and rank your players, and there's always trades available in it. But the XoneBros Fantasy Football League, it's beginning.
Woohoo! Yeah.
And
big shout out to Mad
emailed me,
Shot.
so I got all my stuff taken care of.
Yeah, Madshot would have emailed you. You got yours.
I thought you
taken
said you emailed me.
care of. Yeah, it would have been Madshot.
Oh, okay.
I sent him your email address.
He had to sign up for you.
Yeah,
Did,
because
no, I signed up though.
Did you?
did you?
Yeah, I did, and I actually gave you a separate email address because I thought
You
at
signed
first
up
it was
twice?
No.
You have to manage 2 teams now.
well, I signed. I'll check both emails and
You
just see
better
what
check.
happens. Yeah.
Because you might have screwed everything up.
I know.
Well, I signed up.
You'll take last place twice.
No. So I signed up how you're supposed to do it by
Sure.
on the link and signing up. Now I used my email that I use for all my games and stuff, and then the one that you texted me, I thought it was like a family thing. So I was like, oh, I'll just give you my personal email.
Oh, no, that was also for.
Oh, I'll check them right now.
Anyways, go make sure you do that. Forza Horizon 3 will be our community play next month, September 16th on Saturday, third Saturday every month. I also got to play some Madden. I'm really enjoying Madden so far. And Battlefield 1, I got to play a lot. I played it with Jordan. I played it with Jonathan. I played it by myself. What a fun. That game is so fun.
I got to look up your
The graphics in that game are
Frostbite
superb. The things that happen are stuff that
Only
you
in
talk
Battlefield.
about. Yeah, only in Battlefield. Is that a thing? Hashtag only in Battlefield? Because
Yeah, it
I
is.
feel like it should be. If it's not.
It is.
Hashtag only in Battlefield. Going up to knife a guy and his body gets blown to pieces right in front of me.
Glitches and all, only in Battlefield. So.
Yeah.
Some of the greatest GIFs that you ever see on the internet are from
Or
Battlefield.
from Battlefield.
I've seen one where some sniper's looking up at the behemoth, the blimp thing,
Sure.
and this guy's running as fast as he can, and it's blowing up behind him. It's one of the greatest. I'll look it up.
But yes, stuff like that.
He's on the top
Blows
and
my
he's just
mind.
running as fast as he can, and the thing's blowing up behind him.
Yes. Like a movie, like Forrest
Yeah,
Gump or
it's
something.
so great. I'll pull it up for you.
No, but
It
that's
makes me
exactly
laugh.
how it feels. It's just so good. They've nailed that. It's what a good game. And with that, that's it for this week. Mr. McSpicy, where can people find you and what will you be up to?
I'm on Twitter at Mr. McSpicy. My gamer tag on Xbox Live is Mr. McSpicy. I want to play Battlefield 1. You got me excited.
Let's do it, baby.
I'm playing
Let's
it.
do it.
That's my
Battlefield 1,
plan.
We're there. Maybe there's some videos right there. Maybe some Let's Plays. Well, actually, there's a Let's Play series that
Yeah,
Jordan's doing on
I record
Battlefield
them when we all
and
play
it's our
together, so.
multiplayer.
Just
There's-
multiplayer.
You
We
want to
just
hear
say,
us
hey.
joking around. In fact, if you watch the latest Let's Play of Battlefield, which is the only one out, Let's Play 1,
We had like 9, and then
we had
now
9,
have
but
1.
the audio was funked up, so we have 1.
So did I not screw it up, or is this?
No,
the-
you were in one of the. You were like episode 7. You know, so that one's no longer there.
No longer there. Because what
Okay,
happened
good,
is...
'cause-
Yeah. Anyways, you basically see Jordan, who's very good at Battlefield 1, by the way. Jordan going around doing his Battlefield thing, and then randomly I'm just saying weird stuff because I'm a sniper.
That guy's
so-
on a horse.
I'm a sniper, so I'm just sitting there. And when I went back to watch
Someone
it, I
get
realized
the horse.
this has nothing to do with anything that's happening on Jordan's screen. Like, we're not coordinating. I'm just like, oh, man, I'm just sniping these fools. Boom, boom. Anyways, it's a good time. Battlefield 1 for Mr. McSpicy. Jordan, what will you be up to, and where can people find you?
I am Jordan the Man XOB everywhere. I will be playing The Witcher again because I love that game. Battlefield 1 because it's a lot of
Yes.
fun, and I'll probably playing Path of Exile.
Oh, Path of Exile. That's right. If you and McSpicy jump into that together, there's
I am going to be playing.
There's
that,
a Let's
yes.
Play series right there.
Yeah.
I'm excited to play that game.
I am XoneBros everywhere. I will be into Madden this week as well. Every morning, Monday through Friday, you can catch me over on Mixer. For some of you, it's the afternoon, and for some of you, it's the evening. But catch me every morning, Monday through Friday, over on Mixer, first thing in the morning. It's a good time. I'm usually doing Forza. You can jump in and play, jump in and drive together. I'm going for 100% in that game. I'm at 63% so far, so not too shabby. We've made a lot of gains. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us everywhere you want to follow us.
Yeah.
Because we're awesome.
That's true. I agree 100%.
This is the best gaming community on the planet. I firmly believe that. If you want to connect with more awesome gamers, this is more than just a podcast. This is a community. If you want to connect with more people, come join us over on Discord. We've got close to 500 people in our Discord right now. It's where you can hook up with people. You can chat. We're there all day. Discussions are happening. You get to know everybody in the community. Go there. We'll see you guys next time.